All right. Black Star Sports TV here. Man, coming at you again on this Sunday. Man, got another sports day to go through, man. Some boxing to talk about, some things, man, even a little bit of football, because that's what we do over here, talking them sports, man. Um, that's the ones coming through today. And we're going to talk that stuff up, man. We'll have them come through here as we go through, send some links out. But it's Sunday. And, some of us in church, some of us doing what we're doing. So, yeah, be jumping in as it come through and everything. Oh, man, we got the good brother God Body News in the building. What is going on, Young G? Young G in the building, man. Salute to you, man. See you up and running, man, doing your thing, bro. It's good. It's good to see you, man. Happy Sunday to you, man. Hope everything going good in your way. Yes, indeed, man. Yeah, we got some good stuff today. Let's see here, man. Yeah, since I'm waiting here a little bit, I'll talk a little bit of the NFL before the boxing crews come up in this bad boy and everything. It's been a little while on my channel, man, because I took a bit of a hiatus this year, Had some things, sometimes life gets in, you got to reassign and reassess some things, and we had to do that. I got my channel back. I've been running, because somebody had, but here we go. Yeah, man. Let me see here, man. We got here. All right, we got the boxing channel, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, man. And, okay. Wait a little, get a few minutes for some cats to pop in, man, and we will get it going. Let's see. You know what? I might have forgot to I did, to be quite honest, but let me check it out, make sure. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Yeah, it was some decent fights last night. Main event was Robson Conceição, something like that. Man, it's always one of them names I got to struggle with, man. Versus Xavier Martinez. And it was a pretty decent fight, but Martinez really didn't do much last night, man. And I was a little disappointed because I wanted to see a little bit more mix up. And good brother, Barik was Zionist Nation. Man, I hope I said that first one right, man. Sometimes my tongue gets stuck. Salute to you, good brother. Yes, indeed, man. Got some good stuff coming up, man. Yes, indeed. It's a good channel right there, man. Especially one about the Barik for boxers, man. For sure, man. My brother got it covered, man, for sure. Good dude, man. Peace and blessings to you, man. On this Sunday, man. Hope everybody doing wonderful, man. We're getting back at it, man. So this is the second week back, man. And we trying to get, get back in the grind of things, man. Get back in the grind of things. That's for sure. Yeah, man. It was a pretty good fight, though, man. And Robson Conceição from Brazil, man. I was pretty surprised that he was able to maintain himself throughout the whole fight because I thought he was going to burn himself out because he came out really heavy, throwing really hard shots, and he was really committed to him. And but he stayed that way throughout the whole fight, man, which was kind of surprising. He was 33 years old. He had fought Oscar Valdez not long ago, and it was a pretty good fight there too. He got edged out by Oscar though, but guy was a pretty decent boxer. Kind of surprised me with that because I didn't think he would have the strength to be able to push Xavier Martinez back and really kind of keep him off balance, because Xavier really never seemed comfortable enough to get off the way he wanted, the way he should have, even his corner was like, man, you got to do more. And he was just like, man, I can't figure it out. And, so it was decent though, man. Top Rank put on a little something, but we got some nicer ones coming up here shortly. Like I say, I put some links out. The brother should be rolling through here pretty soon. Man, okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second, man. Yeah, I got some things we want to touch on today. And I kind of run down a little bit of the list of what it is we be talking about today, man. We got to talk about Tyson Fury and Dylan White. That just broke out yesterday. So we'll talk about that. Devin Haney, George Kambosos Jr. What's going on with that? Because that's up and down and all around right now. Teofimo Lopez and Arnold Barboza Jr. Possibility in the spring. So we'll see how that's going. Just like we talked about just a minute ago, last night's fight, main event anyway. I didn't catch the undercard so much last night. I kind of mixed boxing because I had some other stuff, I had took my mind for a little bit. So, I kind of turned back to it, man. Then the documentary about Arturo Gatti is coming out, man. I look forward to that one, man. Arturo, bad boy, for sure, man. Then, we got to talk about Canelo and the offers that he got. We got to go over that. And, Demetrius Andre, the latest with him. And, man, yeah, I want to talk a little football, a little bit of football, man. Today, as today is the championships, the winners going to the Super Bowl. So we'll see how everything turns out. Sure, here. Let's see. Past stats. As you know, my Dallas Cowboys out there. Yeah, they out there. Been out there, man. I ain't got over it yet. No, I haven't. They said it's been 26 years since we last won the Super Bowl. I was a young man then. Look at me now. It's not fair, man. It's not fair. What can you say? They ain't putting in the work to do what they need to do, man. And it's messing my world up. Something got to be done about that, man, because it's time for some Super Bowls around here. That's for sure. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me see, man. Yeah, see the brothers was talking. I was talking basement just a little bit ago. All right, hold on. Here we go. Let me put this here. Gotta share it out, man. I ain't even share myself out. What's going on with that? You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Child God Body's News says Trevor Bryan was very unimpressive. Yeah, man. Yeah, the guy's able to. It just amazes me how the guy's able to function, man. Guy's able to function without, really doing fighting anybody and holding a belt. That's a belt that I feel like, Wilder need to go after or something. I don't know what Wilder's going to do, next. But I don't. I like to see him fight somebody else. My only concern with that in the heavyweight division, because heavyweight division is pretty much wide open. Tyson Fury, won the trilogy, but you got a guy that, depending on what's going on with that indentation that he got in the side of his skull that he received, which is very suspect, and it'll always be something that people will talk about. Barring that, man, I feel like he could fight again, but it seemed to me like in that trilogy when he got hit in that spot, that was it, man. PGH Big Dog in the building. Salute Black Star Sports TV, man. Salute to you, good brother. Man, we got some NFL today, too, man. I'm going to touch on it lightly, though, as we go through, man, because, I got to talk that, too, man. But I like to see Wilder come back and fight somebody, man. Just leave a bad taste in your mouth to get out, to leave out like that, And I just think that, it just be a little too much. Let's see. PJ says Trevor Bryan is a fat slob and food for any top heavyweight. Yeah. I think so. I think so. I just like it's so shuffled, man. And then Don King, maybe I don't know. I don't know how that would work out, man. But I mean, now, well, I'm trying to hold off before I get started because I wanted to jump into some things, man. But Like I said, we got some topics I want to cover. Waiting for some of the brothers to hop in so we can chop it up some. Send out some links. But like I say, it's Sunday, man. And some of these cats is in church, man, and you know what I'm saying, and that's understandable. But part of my schedule right now, this is the best time for me to hop on, at a steady to get things back rolling. Body says trouble was eating shots, big shots. It was nice, but I'm not sold yet. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get to actually watch that fight last night. Like I said, I was a little off tune boxing last night. PJ's Big Dog says Wilder has to come back. Still a lot of heavyweights he can beat. He just has to protect that spot on his left here. Yeah, yeah, very much so, man. And then it's really kind of sad that they lost that trilogy because the main thing that really was glaring is like after that point, like his defense went away, and if he was able to hold it a little bit longer, I think he would probably pull it out, man. Because a lot of people ain't talking about the fact, man. But if you notice, Tyson Fury looked really befuddled a lot of that fight, man. Until he got hit right there, you know, uh, Sugar Hill had to, hey man, he had to really get at him, D-Lo 404 boxing, salute to you, my good brother. Yes, indeed, man. Hope everything going well your way, man, for sure. And so it was like, it was something that was going, but he didn't get a chance to make it steamroll because when he first came out, he was jabbing him to the body, and Tyson was like, oh man, he didn't know how to start. It really it threw him off his game, and that was working for a while. And then, once he caught that spot, man, it's like you started seeing Wilder do everything he was doing in the second fight, and then it's just like we got the same result. But the way he gutted out and got those two knockdowns in that one round was he never get credit for that, man. Because the heart determination that he was operating on was epic, man. It really was. And man, I can appreciate that for sure, man. So the champ need to stay, and then it's like that, man. You'd have fighters that are just somehow just will just be on that level for a certain fighter, and then fight some other cat and lose to somebody who he should be steamroll. I mean, it's odd like that, but it works out that way sometimes. Maybe that's the case here. That's what we're still waiting to find out with Tyson Fury. He beat Wilder, but does that mean he definitely gonna beat AJ? I mean, you can hypothetically think, yeah, he's gonna steamroll. I mean, maybe not. Maybe Usyk is the guy. Who knows? It's gonna be somebody you're gonna be like, huh? I mean, we gotta remember this is a guy who got dropped by a light heavyweight. Little cruiserweights and stuff. So, anything is possible in boxing, man. That's one thing for sure. Well, man, it seemed like I'm just going to go and jump in this thing, man, and then brothers rolling. We'll just pick it on up and rock with from there on in, man. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the Tyson Fury Dylan White, man. We're gonna get on up in that, man. So Frank Warren won the purse bid, so it looked like it's possible. But at this point, man, can you really say that Dylan White is going to accept it though? I mean, the guy that had several opportunities to really make a move to become a heavyweight champion, and he always turns it down or does something that takes him out of position, and then he starts crying about 600 years, 900 years, 1,000 years, all that stuff. Here you go, you got a legitimate shot at the title that you say you want. You've been chasing. Now here the money. They go, well, what you gonna do now? Start crying? Well, it's not enough money, but this is the opportunity. Of course the 80-20 split is clearly one-sided, but man, that opportunity to be world champion is valuable, and you got to take that and run with it. So we'll see what he's going to do with it. It's funny by now you haven't heard a response because, man, I signed every piece of paper they got on that bad boy. How many million you talking? 8 million? I ain't even asking you where the fight going to be at because I'm already there. I'm already there. But they're saying April 23rd is the tentative date for that fight. If it happens, it's a lot of discussion about Usyk and AJ. Whether or not AJ should take step aside money or whatever, so he can fight Usyk or whatever. I mean, all this step aside stuff. We talked about it on Basement Show yesterday, man. I had to kind of agree with my brother Ricky Williams, man. I probably took that money, went on to fought Wilder, and then came back for the winner. I mean, that's 3 bags right there, back. You know, and then hey man, you win or lose, retire. You know, that would really be the thing, man. Makabu is food for Canelo. Yeah, we're gonna talk about Canelo in a little bit. And Makabu name shouldn't even be in the running to me. So we will get to that, good brother, for sure. Yeah, but I really wanted to get the brother's opinion of this fight, man. Tyson Fury, Dillian White, you know, because I'm starting to hear a lot of people saying Dillian White got a shot, man. Dillian White can really do something. Dillian White might be the one upset him. He might be this and that. I'm like, wow, Dillian White, for real. That dude I seen get stretched out by perfection. One of the nicest looking knockouts that year. Who knows, you know? But it's sport of boxing, man. You never know. He did come back and get the win. And who's to say, man? Anything can happen, man. PJ's Big Dog says, Battle of the PED cheats. White ain't ready. Yeah, I wouldn't think so either, man. I wouldn't think so. But, you know, he got a punch a shot. You know, it's all depends on how the fight goes. Because the one thing for sure is he can't do the same thing to these guys that he did with Wilder. That was a one type of thing that kind of really was just perfect. And it was the kryptonite for Wilder. It ended up being. But fighting these other guys, the style has to be different. You got to fight them a little more straight up, a little more honestly. And these guys are a little bit more naturally bigger and prepared for that type of roughed up style. So I think he'll probably lean more on his boxing. You know, the question is with Usyk, though, if you lean more on your boxing with Usyk, I do not think he's a better boxer than Usyk. You know, they can say he does this and that for a big guy all day long, but I don't think he can outbox him. He's gonna have to really put some on Usyk. But now Usyk is getting kind of comfortable in the weight division. His size is kind of matching up a little bit. You know, he went in there with little big old boy Chisora. You know, and you know, kind of proving that he kind of belongs in there now. You know, he went in there with AJ and did what he had to do. You know, them decent punches that he in there with. He's able to hang in there with him for a while. So, you know, does he really belong? We'll see. But it adds to the questions and make you wonder, you know, how will this matchup turn out? So I'm interested, I have to admit, you know. I mean, it's not a lot going on in the heavyweight division, but I'm definitely interested in seeing how this all plays out now. God Body says Dylan is trash. I don't know why all of a sudden people think White stand a chance. He don't got Wilder power. Yeah, that's for sure. He definitely don't got that. Definitely don't got that, man. You know, but like I say, style makes fights, and you know, we ain't seen the matchup yet. Who knows, man? I mean, nobody thought that Buster Douglas was going to get Mike Tyson. You know, you never know. But as far as this, and you got Bob Arum. Bob Arum is saying that he thinks that, oh wow, this is going to sell 500 pay-per-views on ESPN. And I'm like, how? Is anybody even really talking about Tyson Fury anymore now? I don't see anybody. Nobody's even, you know, after that Wilder thing now, everybody's cool on him. It's like, okay, yeah, there he is, but nobody's really all up in arms about him or anything like that. They don't really know Dillian White. So how are you going to get 500,000 pay-per-view buys out of that in the U.S.? Now, you probably do that in probably a little more in the UK because, you know, over there, he's a little more of a household name. And they kind of been anticipating that fight. It's a fight that's been brewing over there. You'll do well over there. Frank Warren won the bid, you know. So as you know, Frank Warren is the UK promoter for Tyson Fury, and Bob Arum is the US promoter. So I guess he's just trying to back it up. But as you know, Bob Arum didn't put the money up, you know, because who's going to pay for it? You know, I mean, that's his famous line. I mean, he said every time a fight come up, he never got no money for no fight. But he can tell you what the pay-per-view going to be. If you can get 500,000 out of that, I think you consider that a big success. PJ's Big Dog. Fury was only hot against Wilder. Tyson ain't a draw in the U.S. No doubt. No doubt. I don't think either one of them can get it. You know? I think either one. D-Lo says, I doubt 200K. Yeah, man, me either. I don't see it because personally myself, I wouldn't buy it, you know, to see that, you know. But yeah, man. If it happens, you know, it got my eye. You know, because I wouldn't mind seeing Dillian White get stretched out if he gets stretched. You know, because I ain't too much of a big deal on him either. What they should have did was, yeah, we're going. They also should have put in there and said, well, okay, we're going to give you this title shot, but if you lose, then you got to go fight Wilder because I don't believe he wants to fight that fight. He just like keep talking that trash. But to see him take one of them damn right hands would be just about lovely. It would make me feel a whole lot better. I had to admit. I definitely had to admit. Because he talked all kind of jazz, man. He was just, oh man, he just wasn't trying to fight nobody, but they can, put on the air like they really are. The whole heavyweight division was like that with Wilder, man. And it kept a lot of fights from being made because people want to keep you out of they had a circle of fights and they had all these guys keep fighting each other. And then they had these guys like him and my man from Cuba, just fought the other day, man. King Kong Ortiz. Those guys were sitting on the outside, couldn't get any of them fights with the guys inside that circle. So that's how they keep you out. The same thing that's going on at different levels in boxing. Devin Haney's going through it, Shakur's going through it, Gary Russell going through it as well, Let's see. PJ's Big Dog said Fury versus White is a stream only fight for me. Facts. They can't get none of my money on that. Nah, they can't get no money on that. No, indeed. I'm with you on that. D-Lo says ESPN, BT, Sky, Top Rank, and Queensboro are all in the 41 million together per bob. They had to put it all together like this, 41. I just can't believe that the fight $41 million, man. I don't know. Maybe like I say, the UK, but the UK don't put as much they don't pay as much as we do for pay-per-view. So, for that reason alone makes it more, viable. So you dropping a link today, man? You know what? I might put it in the chat, man. I might just put it in the chat. Let me see. I usually don't do that, man, because some of the things that happened in the past, I like to send it through the emails, but I might just do that for you, good brother. Dilo says, I don't care to stream it, just let me know who won. Yeah. Big facts. Yeah, let me in fact, let me put that in there, man. I put that in there because okay, hold on. How do clipboard on it? Oh man, yeah, wait a minute. Oh man, this computer here. I figure out how in the world do I put this? How do I activate the send it through Facebook Messenger if you want to. Okay. Yeah, let me no, but I probably can just because the link. Yeah, I got the link on here. Hey, D-Lo, if you don't mind, brother, put your email in there. I can send it through the email or through here. I got it set up a certain way on here, man. I ain't trying to keep you out, but my computer here operates a little different, man. I got a different computer now, so I'm a little off on the operation, like saving it to the clipboard and putting it up. For some reason, it's not clicking like it's supposed to, or the way I remember that you do it. They always got to change something, man. You got to keep it the same when you're dealing with me, man. You got to keep it the same. Okay, I got you, good brother. I'm gonna send it right now. Got you right now. Okay. All right, let me get this up here, bro. Yeah, man. But I definitely want to see now if they put it on, ESPN or something like that. Now I'll probably tune in for that. Yeah, I'll definitely tune in for that, man, for real. But okay, we'll say this D-Lo 404 boxing. Okay, D-Lo 404 boxing at Gmail. Boxing gmail.com. All right, good brother. I'm sending a link to you right now. Should be coming your way, brother, for sure. Yeah, but as far as that go, I definitely have an interest in seeing it, man, and we'll see how it go. I can see either one of these guys lose. To be quite honest with you, because I ain't sold on Tyson Fury either. It's just that he had the right uh, calculations for that. It just worked out in his favor, and it made him really look good. And he really, it's like he hit the lottery, man. We'll see how it goes because but right now the heavyweight division is like just you know I don't know, man. We need something there. That's why it really sucked that he won over Wilder because Wilder would have brought much more excitement to the heavyweight division. People would have tuned in more, if he got over that hump. And it looked like it was, man. And quiet as kept though, one of them knockdowns in that third fight, man. The counts get strange, man. It's like he just can't get the right count. Because you can really see that he really made an impression on Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury was lost for a minute, like, man, what the hell, This dude was doing like this, and he was getting to him, them jabs to the body and stuff, and being hyperactive like that really made a impression on him, man. All right, here we go. My good brother D-Lo, 4-4 boxing, man. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's good? What's good, man? How my audio coming through?
Don't show you muted. Wait. Let me check my sound. This happened to me last week too, bro. Let me see something. Could be my setup here. Yeah, it's me, bro. Go ahead, my brother. I can hear you.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to get mine on this earpiece.
Okay, that'll work, my brother.
Hey, go ahead and cook, man. I'm trying to work on my settings on my phone.
All right, my brother. No problem. All right, let me put you on mute a little bit till you get going, bro. Well, no, unmute yourself. That way you can unmute yourself when you get it straight. Okay, I think you did. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it though, man, for real. Like I said, anytime I see Dillian White get stressed out, man, it's always a good time. And it was funny to me when he lost to Povetkin, how fast they went out there and scrubbed the internet. Oh, don't put this footage out. They didn't want nobody to see it. Come on, man. How you gonna do something like that, man? Then you the main one laughing at somebody else when somebody else get stretched out there. He on there talking, man. Oh, he did this and that and all that stuff. And then you get stretched out there, and then here they come out here scrubbing the internet. I mean, it take a lot to do that. Took a lot to do that. Unbelievable, man. Yeah, that's something else. Yeah, April 23rd, man. I wonder what the undercard look like. Well, I guess it can't be too good, man, because you can put all this bread into this main event. So they probably hit. Well, Top Rank can put anybody in there. They don't like to pay nobody nothing, no way. Be quite honest with you, because Bob ain't got no money. Who's gonna pay for it? I mean, that's the first thing you can hear that as soon as you put two names. How about this, Bob? Who's gonna pay for it? They ain't paying for nothing, boy. Top Rank been out for all this time, man, and Top Rank ain't never they should have all the money for that, man. They should budget all type of fights, but somehow they don't know who's gonna pay for it. Oh, my brother dropped off, man. He probably hop back on though. He had a little technical difficulties. But I just find out there's a trip, man. We'll see. Man, but let's move on now to little Devin Haney. We'll get back to that as the brothers fall in, man. Devin Haney versus Cambo. Okay, here the brother go. See where we get. Okay, he's still muted, bro.
Hey, you hear me, man?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay. Yeah, I probably got a little background noise. I'm actually driving, man. Apologize for that.
Nah, you good, bro. Sound good on this end.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate you coming on here, man. It's been a minute, man. I'm trying to get you on, man. Finally on here, brother. Yeah, man. What do you think about that Dillian White situation, man?
Yeah, I understand, on the outside looking in, or at first glimpse, it looked like the first situation looked crazy and very one sided. But it's kind of like the same effect of what happened with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter, where they looked at the average of the purses, last several purses for each fighter, to formulate a percentage split for the mandatory. And in Sean Porter's case, it helped him out because his last few fights had been, Danny Garcia the fight. He had the Spence fight. He had to fight against that. He had to fight against Ugas, and he had to fight against that kid from Germany. And Sean Porter got the lion's share of the money in that fight as well. So all of that played in his favor to help him get a bigger percentage than what a normal mandatory split would be. Whereas in this situation with Dillian White and Tyson Fury been fighting Wilder on pay-per-view, making big money. And then the other fights he had against those other guys, he was, grossly overpaid. Against Wallin and Schwartz. So, when you look at that and you look at what Dillian White been doing, you know what I'm saying, it makes sense that when they calculate everything, Tyson Fury is going to get a greater than the normal mandatory split.
Yeah, he definitely benefits big time on that, man. And then, but just like I say, ain't no guarantee that Dillian White gonna take this, man. This dude do some funny stuff, man, and then start crying about opportunities ain't coming his way, and he get one land.
I never felt sorry for Dillian White crying about these opportunities. For one, he wasn't a mandatory when they were pretending like he was. But then the other thing is he turned down opportunity to fight AJ for 3 belts during the same time that he was crying about not getting a shot at the title. But
exactly.
nobody talks about
it. You're right. Nobody talk about it. How in the world, man? 3 belts. How you turn, man? That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You competing out here and you saying, I deserve this and I'm this and I'm all that, and had the opportunity coming, and all of a sudden you start, I'm gonna go bake some cookies. I don't want to get out there right now. I mean, it's crazy, man. That's why. But if he don't take this, and it wouldn't surprise me if he don't, because he what I'm saying, he moved funny. So we'll see. But I would take it. I would already have signed it. It'll already be a done deal this morning for me. I mean, I don't understand. This is what you supposedly been wanting. It's a heavyweight title shot. It's a big fight over in the UK. A big opponent over there. Over there, they really gonna hawk it up on this, and they feel like the press conferences is gonna be out of the chain. They're gonna really have some entertainment to go on. Really boost it up for the fight and everything like that. It may be so, but I couldn't turn it down. I had to take it, man. There's too many zeros on there. I'm pretty sure.
To me, it looked like these guys setting up to lose some money. I might be wrong, but based on what they talking about, the guarantees and all that, I think they're gonna be hard pressed to really make money on this fight with what they talking about paying these guys if the fight happens. Because I think they grossly overestimate what they're gonna do over here in the States. Because of things you just said earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like the thing about the selling point for Tyson Fury was the Wilder buildup. And even with that being the case, when Tyson Fury had those interim fights, when he wasn't fighting Wilder, when he stepped away and had 2 fights, nobody was checking for those fights. Exactly. They couldn't give away tickets for those fights, and the viewership was bad.
I know they gave away 3,000 tickets for the Wallin or the sports fight. I mean, they had to give them away.
Right. And then what about the time? You know what I'm saying? Like for the UK to be putting up, the UK promoter to be putting up most of the money, I'm assuming. And if they had a fight in Britain, it's gonna have to be like UK prime time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they do that, how do they expect to sell pay-per-views in the US at 4:00 in the afternoon?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like who is gonna disrupt their day over here worried about what's going on with two heavyweights in the UK
Yeah,
in the middle of the day, and then gonna pay money to watch the fight. Like there's a lot of AJ fights I didn't watch live just because of the time, and they weren't. I ain't had to pay for them. It just
exactly.
was a bad time for me to, sit down and watch boxing.
Exactly. You're absolutely right about that, man. But Bob Arum talking about, oh man, yeah, I think 500,000. But he always going to oversell. He's hoping that he's going to connect with the MMA fans, and that they're going to come over to want to check it out and all that. But it ain't happening, man. I can't see him getting no. That's like you said earlier. I don't even see 200,000 out this deal, man. But hey, man, let me welcome my good brothers, aka the Apostle, in the building, and my Road Dog Basement Boxing Talk, man. What's going on, brothers?
What's going on with you?
What it do?
All right, all right. We're talking about the two of y'all favorite fighters, Tyson Fury and Dillian White.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let me say something though, because I always hear people we go through and we talk about how much money we think something gonna make. Always remember, man, promoters know how to make money. They never lose money on fights. Real talk. You know what I mean? The money that they pay these fighters is really peanuts compared to what they make on the back, with some of these network deals and things, they side deals and stuff that they make.
I agree with that. Let me rephrase what I tried to say. I don't think they're gonna turn the profit that they think they're gonna turn. I don't think I'm like you. I don't think they ever lose money. I don't believe Bob Arum when he came out talking about all the money he lost on Crawford. I never believe that. He might not have made what he wanted to make as far as his pocket or top ranked money, but I don't think he lost money. I don't think he lost a dime. Not
Facts.
once Crawford got to the pinnacle. Maybe when he was putting him on these undercards, but then again, he probably wasn't paying him much back then. So yeah, I think you got a good point, and I appreciate the correction.
Man, yeah, they slick with theirs, man. They got to protect their pocket, man, because Bob, that's all he talking about. Who's going to pay for it? That's all.
They pay for what they want to pay for, man. Like
For
I
sure.
say, like I said, they on the clock right now. I want to know because I'm just gonna put it out there. It seems like whenever these other promoters outside of PBC, I'm just gonna be clear. Whenever these promoters outside of PBC got to put on a fight for a black fighter, it's a problem.
Yeah.
We ain't got no money for Bud. We ain't got no money for Bud. For Tyson Fury, we got all the money in the world.
Yeah, how can they something that they say they ain't got money for no Bud versus Errol Spence fight? How can you fix your lips to say something dumb like that? Like that's not gonna cut a profit. That fight
PBC, but PBC said that.
Yeah, I think more they was echoing Bob Arum because it's kind of like he came over here now, so we ain't got to worry about a counter offer on that end because he didn't already came over here. So we're gonna say the same thing he's saying because for one, Bud got a high expectation that's really it's too high for itself. For what he accomplished and what he's asking is higher than what he should be trying to accept. That 40% should have been took. We should have had 2-3 fights already. He the one holding that up because I would have took the 40%.
So let me speak on that. Like a lot of people talk about this 40%. There's never been a 40% to take. What the PBC said is and actually what Arum has said. Basically, and even the fact that what Terrence Crawford got in that lawsuit all tells us that they ain't never came to the table. They've never come to the table with an offer. Errol Spence Jr. told us they ain't been to the table. And he said that because he said we gonna do all of this other stuff first, and then we gonna come talk to Bud about making a fight. So there's never been a 40% to take. There's never been any real negotiation. These guys just talking on the internet. That's why you got Errol talking about 70, 30, 20, 80, and all that. They just talking. But at the same time, Bob did say some of the same stuff Tim Smith said. Bob said that Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. gonna both want high guarantees. I don't know where that money gonna come from. Like top rankers underselling, now PBC underselling. But the crazy thing is, when they want to put on a fight, they don't know where the money gonna come from. They put it on pay-per-view. We already know this fight gonna be a pay-per-view, so I don't even know why that's a conversation. They just need to worry about securing the guarantee. Talk to these guys, see what kind of guarantees it's gonna take to get them in the ring. Stop assuming that they're gonna want $9 and $10 million a piece, and get that worked out, and then come to the table and see if they can reach an agreement on a split. And that's all, you know, given that both guys continue to win and we don't have any upsets along the way, because that's a reality too. Because this fight done drug out way too long. We done had too many interim fights in the interim, and now, you know what I'm saying, we got at least one more hurdle to get to this fight. And then
you're breaking up a little bit right now, brother.
On the Matrix. He in the Matrix right now.
Hey, yeah, D-Lo, yeah, you're in a bad spot right now, brother. I can hear you cooking, but you kind of coming in and out, flirting.
You don't say Dylan White is just asking for a better split, which is his right. Right will take the fight. He better take the fight. Like some people, look, if you don't take this fight, I don't want to hear from you no more. I'm tired of the Dylan White. Everybody's scared of Dylan White. Bruh, you getting what, $8-9 million plus whatever pay-per-view or whatever side money you're gonna get. If you don't take this fight, don't bring him up no more. Move on, because Tyson Fury don't need you.
Facts, man. Shout out to Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking More. What it do, my brother? Man, I gotta send you a link, bro. If you got time, man. Oh yeah, let me get my brother. Paste one on here. Yeah, let me send you the link, bro. Michael Johnson, you ain't doing nothing good, brother, man. We ain't chopped it up in a long time, man. Good to see you, though, bro. Matter of fact, let me find that link. Yeah, man, I agree there, man. But we'll see what happens, man. He moves so funny, man. If he turned that down, man, that would be crazy to me. All that bread, man, $8 million, that's good enough for me. I take it. Let's get it. You know, let's get it. Okay, hold on. See the private chat. What my brother say? I'm in the country on my way. Okay, good brother D-Lo will be back. He in a difficult spot of time, so we'll keep his spot, hold it down for the good brother. Yeah, man.
So what did I miss so far?
Yeah, we just touched on that, man. I was just waiting for the brothers to come in, and we was cooking on that, man. And that's pretty much about it, man. You know, to this point, you know, we're going, you know, going to other things, but right now that's where we was just getting started on, man. You know,
hey,
Bob.
Man, what's them gloves on the back of your wall, man?
Different gloves I got. I didn't collect it over the time.
From fighters?
Yeah. Some of them.
Like the one that wore in the fight?
Yeah. Them right there. I actually bought them at the Sean Porter and Earl Spence fight. Them right there. I bought them from the Mayweather gym out there in LA. Them is Jose Vargas gloves that he fought in. Right there.
Yeah.
Prodigy. Yep. Them his gloves that he sent me them back last year. And that's the Earl Spence and Sean Porter the pamphlet book that they give you when you go to the fight at the press conference. Up until the weight and all that shit.
So we on for Vegas though, right?
Yeah, we can go. It's all good. When the fight? February what?
26.
26. Yeah.
I'm saying if I get a hall pass, I get a hall pass.
It's definitely on. Definitely on. It's definitely on. Yeah, it's definitely on. We get them media pass, but the media pass do work though. They do work. Sometimes I done seen I didn't got in there before without a media pass. And a media pass, only thing that separated me and Setback and them and some of them other motherfuckers from the media was a rope. For real. For real. Actually, that at the Sean Porter and Earl Spence in LA. When I went to the weigh-in.
Oh, you must gotta connect that.
Nah, bro. Listen, bro. Motherfuckers just don't be hit, bro. the weigh-ins be free. The weigh-ins be free, and only thing that separated me, it was me and Champside was right next to each other.
But see, you know what though? The thing is, what I learned about out here, everything is so much smoother when we on the road. Everything in the DMV take forever. Like if I fill out a thing for a media pass, you may end up buying a ticket thinking that the pass ain't gonna come, and then the night of the fight, you'll look in your email and the pass be there. They do that every time in the DMV. Everything is last minute in the DMV. But when we did the fight out of New Jersey, we did a fight for the Darrell brothers out of New Jersey. Man, we had that pass like 3 weeks in advance.
Right. Yeah, I hit Brandon up too. I think he might be jumping on.
Yeah, I met that night in Jersey. I met Tarver, Nassim Richardson.
Oh wow.
Both Darrell brothers, James DeGale. We met a rock of people that night up Jersey.
Talking about Tarver, and that was did you catch that conversation on Clubhouse?
Hey yo, I meant to tease him, right? They ran my son just like him.
Hey, don't his son sound just like him, don't he?
I mean, he acts just like him. He's just like him.
Hey, bro, his son is a split image of him. Bro. I'm talking about just talking to him. I'm listening to the interview when he just had Junior on there. I'm like, man, Junior sounds just like Senior. At first, I had to think, hold on, bro. Is Tarver Jr.? And I'm like, man, nah, he never said Roy Jones Jr. versus Antonio Tarver Jr. Nah. This is his son. And I guess I got to listen. He say he got into boxing when he was like 21. And I'm like, nah, this is his son. He sounds just alike.
Sound real, man. Hey, Mike Johnson, I sent you the link, good brother. Oh, that's AK. Yeah, man. Yeah, we look forward to that, man. That would be pretty cool, man. To go to the fight like that, man. You next to Champ side out there, bad boy.
Oh yeah. The fight in LA. That fight that was in LA because they had the weigh in. The crazy thing is that morning, Friday morning, I woke up like shit. I gotta get to the weigh in. Usually the weigh in be at the same place where they had a fight at. Fight was at the Staples Center, so we ran and got to the Staples Center. We got to the Staples Center. And I'm like, I'm outside the Staples Center. I'm like, nah, hell no, it ain't packed. Wayne used to be packed, like people outside. It was people outside the Staples Center, but they were just taking pictures and everything. They had a lot of the media there getting ready, getting prepared for that night. Plus, they actually had a 3-on-3 basketball tournament going on outside of the Staples Center. So it was a lot of things going on. So that's why they had moved the weigh-in from Staples Center to I think it was Lincoln Hotel, some hotel. It was at a hotel. It was at a hotel at the weigh-in. Yeah, that's why I met Anthony Darrell, because he fought that night. Because he fought him Benavidez fought.
Oh, okay.
Not Anthony. It was Andre Darrell. Andre fought Benavidez that night. I got let me see. I got Benavidez. Go ahead. That's his thing right there. The last one.
For the all the way on the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's Benavidez thing from the fight that fight.
Yeah, Dave Benavidez is a pretty good dude though. You gotta like that guy personally. He's a good guy, man.
Did you catch the interview with him? They got an interview. He expressing his feelings about Charlo and Canelo.
Man,
he said he ain't no hater. He's like, man, I'm not no hater, man. Let them guys go on and fight. Let me fight the winner then.
Hey, as long as he get in the mix.
Because they asked him a question. They said, do you think that Al Heyman is trying to make the fight with Charlo and Canelo because of the age frame for Charlo? He was like, man, Charlo like 32 years old now, 31, 32. And Benavidez like, yeah, I can see that being one of the things too. He was like, man, I'm just 25. He was like, so, they can go and do that. He was like, I'll sit back and fight the winner. Just give me the winner.
There you go. You got to like that attitude, man. You got to like that. And he was like, he'll fight anybody. I truly believe it.
then when he said he was 25, that made me think like, boy, hey man, listen, boxing in a world of trouble, bro. Cause that guy got at least another 8 years, 8 strong more years, bro.
Yeah, buddy, and he got to move up soon.
And just think if he'd have never had Dirty Yorn, and would have never lost the belt due to being overweight at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, I don't think Canelo would have went for undisputed.
No, boxing would be in a whole different angle right there, especially that 168 division, bro. That boxing would have been way different. Canelo might have stayed down at 160 instead of coming up.
Yeah, he wouldn't have came. But I truly believe that because the way he moved around him was very shady. But hey, let's welcome my good brothers in here, man. Michael Johnson in the building, and the good brother Brandon Coutee out here from right here in Houston. Salute,
what's up, fellas?
What's good, brother?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing, man?
All right.
See y'all up here doing y'all thing this afternoon.
Yeah, man. Talking a little bit of that boxing, man. You know what we do. We can't stop. We don't talk about nothing else.
Yeah, shoot, you ain't lying. Y'all see that Otto Wallings is supposed to be fighting coming up?
Nah, who's he fighting?
Somebody I never heard of.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but he got something going on, which is cool. I mean, ain't too many people really fighting. Seems like we gotta always wait.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that's another thing I wanted to talk about. Like everybody talking about, well, it shouldn't be it ain't no money problems. And I'm just thinking like maybe it is money problems for real because last year this time we had fights lined up, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that the pandemic, I don't want to say it. It's going on a decline. Where is that? Why the fuck? 22 was supposed to be the big year of boxing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And we starting off like slow than a motherfucker.
Yeah, it definitely is doing that, man, and it's a shame, man. But I think also some of the results of some of the fights too kind of slowed it down because just like Jamel and Brian Castano, man, I'm just so disappointed in that fight, man. That's why I can't stop talking about it because I was so hype about it because for one, we had an undisputed title fight that was right here in Texas, right down the road, and hey, this is local guy got a chance to go over here and make this history, and then he go out there and he lay a dud, I mean,
and sometimes it's what happens. Sometimes those not so good people, when everything is on the line and their career and everything is on the line, it brings the best out of them. Yeah. The best performance he probably ever have in his whole career, is that one time. And sometimes that just happens. But so then Charlo probably was, pussyfooting and playing down to his level and not doing he was, you know what I'm saying? So it's all kind of things. But I think it's just a one-off. I think he gonna tear that ass up. So
yeah, I'm hoping so, man. Because after looking at that first one, and then seeing what happened there, because just like Derek James was telling them, man, you letting him in the fight. This guy can't even compete with you as long as you don't do certain things. He can't do nothing with you, and then you keep doing the thing that opens it up for him to do something with you, and then at the end of the fight, you gotta listen to this guy talk shit like he really went out here and really was wrecking up something, man. That shit get under my skin. I couldn't take that shit. This rematch here, man, I would cream Castano's ass. You talking shit too? No, sir. So that's why I'm really looking at this rematch, man, with a keen eye. Jamel Charlo going to show us what he is in this fight. If he don't go out there and he don't do what I expect to see him go out here and do, then he is not the fighter that I thought he was. And I just had to admit it because, man. I mean, that shit got to be personal. But at the end of a fight, and the guy talking about he thinking he beat you, and he's saying that he want to rematch, and then you talking about, well, we're going to see and we want to wait. Man, that was not encouraging at all, man. That shit got under my skin, man. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to want to run this back. You don't want undisputed. You went through it. You truly went through the division, and you actually the guy who, if you look at his approach and the way he went out there and fought, should be the guy to rightfully win because you went the right way about getting to there. This guy, he beat Texera and then he comes see you, and then you get an opportunity like that where this guy's really shooting for the stars, man. He could have hit the lottery that day in a major way. And, you're supposed to go in there and shut that shit down, man. You got to shut that down. But we'll see what happened, though. I look forward to seeing it, though, because, it's going to be a good fight. But you can't go out there and give nobody nothing in the ring, man. I just don't know how you do it, man. Why train that hard and put your body through all that damn torture, to get in the ring and give somebody something? I ain't giving nothing but a hard time. For sure, man.
Yeah, I remember him telling him that in the ring, man. He was like, what are you doing there, buddy?
Yeah.
Like, and then, like, the first time he done it. Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Oh yeah, just walk through that door. Yeah, I didn't understand it, but at the end of the day, man, that dude.
No, I think you're dropping out, buddy.
Yeah, sound like you.
Yeah. Well, I see what he's saying. And you got Derek James telling him, man, you got to go knock him out. You don't never want to be in a fight where your trainer tell you got to knock somebody out. Man, you're going to have to get him out of here.
What did I miss? So quick. I ran away for 1 second. What did I miss?
We're talking about the
Charlo
Mel and Castano, how he was, like he did disappointed me the way he did the fight. I was expecting, because that was a big moment, man. He was local guy down the street, and you trying to go for undisputed. You done went through all, everybody in the division, which 154 is one of the toughest divisions in boxing. You go through all that, you get to this one guy, last piece of the puzzle to be undisputed. I expected you to come in there like I saw the 49ers come into the game against the Cowboys. You coming in there, I'm knocking down walls, whatever's in my way, getting steamrolled, but he kind of came out there like the Cowboys. Ho hum, ho hum. Hi. And then the fight kind of comes out like that, He does what he got to do. I think, at the very least, man, I would have thought he'd edged him by one or so because he was rocking the hell out of him when he did go to business and he really let his hands go and really fought him. He would hurt him. He would put him in bad positions. So he would have the advantage. But too many times he let off the gas. Too many times he just backed up for no damn reason. You did things that enabled him to do what he does. And I just can't understand why you would contaminate yourself like that. That's the number one thing when you fighting these guys, this so-called Mexican style or whatever you want to say, brawler, however you want to define it. It's nothing complicated about it. And then that's the thing about it, If this guy doesn't have a granite chin and punch like a damn tank, this guy really he's just food for anybody that's really going in the ring because he really, if you're not standing right there and you're not standing still, he can almost never touch you. And then you get guys that go out there and then you see him up against the rope like this. What in the hell are you doing up against the rope? You got all this athletic ability, movement and jab and stuff and all this you can do, but you standing up here like his shoulders shelled up. But
I think you got to look at it. Man. I think you got to look at it. No, I think you're giving too. I think you're missing some items here. And I think the thing you're missing is that we don't know how good Castano was until he fought. We don't know what it feels like to get punched by Castano. As far as we know, Castano hit Charlo with a good shot, and Charlo said, okay, this guy can thump. And regardless of how well you train or how athletic you are, a couple of good shots make you change your course. I don't know if I think you played football before, right, Black Star?
Yep.
You said you were a running back? Or
man, I done played almost everything on the football field.
Okay, well, think about if you were a running back, right? If you're a running back and you come through the middle and you get taken down by a 280-pound linebacker who runs like a 4.5 and he hits you 2 or 3 good times. I mean, he lays you out. You still gonna run the ball, but you know what happened the last time. So you're gonna be thinking like, oh my God, I'm about to get hit with this. So you're gonna want to avoid that hit because nobody wants to get hit. And I think that's what we saw. I think we saw a junior middleweight who's heavy-handed, strong chin, and he doesn't back down. He didn't try to come in there and fight like the opponent. He came in trying to fight like the champ. And I think, regardless of how good you are, a guy who comes in unafraid to fight you is a dangerous man.
Oh, no doubt about that. And he's a tough guy. I can't take nothing away from him. But the fact still remain to me, if you fight a certain way, this guy can't function. You want to keep that guy in that area. You don't want that guy to get out of that, because if he gets out of that, then you got to, like you said, then you got to deal with that. If he punching and it's getting to you a little bit, and you like, shit, well, I don't want to put him in a position where he can feel comfortable to let them hands go. I want him to keep them in his pocket. Keep your hands in your pocket. Basically, like you got to. Why they don't call it the Matador style? Because it's pretty much what you're doing. You got a bull coming at you, and he just coming forward. You just gotta move, navigate, move over here, step over here. Do your little thing to keep him off balance as much as possible. And when you settle and you stop, or you start going backwards, like straight back, I mean, you just opening the door for him to come and give you what you say you don't want. So that's the part that gets me. It's like a discipline you gotta have. And even though you might have to take a few shots, you got to be disciplined and say, well, I'd rather take 1 or 2 shots in this situation than to be caught up against the ropes and let him just run off an 8-punch combination on me. That's just how I'm thinking. But like you say, people react different, from the way it goes, as we can see, because there's a reason why, he all of a sudden changed up, because he definitely did that. And that was what was disappointing to me. But my thing is, you got to keep your opponent in his disadvantage as much as possible. That doesn't ensure you your victory. Because if you go in there and you do anything that's in his will where he does well, you're inviting the upset, and your job is to make sure that I keep him in a position where he got to try to overcome his deficiency to beat me, and if you can do that, and when he did do that, then you see this granite chin was wobbly as hell in that ring. So, you know what I'm saying? So it went both ways, but you got to, but that's the beauty of the sport, I guess, Yeah, but we'll see in the rematch anyway. I think it's going to be a good fight. I look forward to it, man. My man Basement said they moved it, man. I thought it was going to be here in Houston, and it took off a move, man. That messed me up too.
Yeah,
it's going to be in LA now.
LA for what, man? Why LA?
Probably money. I mean, you got to get the money for fights, man.
Man, they could have got my money. They could have got my money right here.
Black Star over there being selfish. Look at him. He's like, what about me?
Yeah, man. Where's my money? I want to go. They did me wrong, man. Got me all excited and took it away from me. Oh, man, that's crazy. Yeah, man. Hey, but let's talk about this Devin Haney, George Kambosos Jr., man. We got to talk about that, man. I just, the trials and tribulations of Devin Haney, man, is just unbelievable to me. And I can't understand how the sport of boxing can allow this guy to constantly be avoided by fighters, man, and it'd be okay. I mean, since when is it okay to avoid the champion? But, oh, no, he's an email champ. He's not a real champ. But yet, I think he got the belt the most gangster way you can get it. The damn champ was too scared to fight you, so he let the belt go so you can have it in order not to fight you. I mean, that's gangster as hell. If I go in and then we in the lunchroom and you got a cheese pizza and I'm looking over there and I like cheese pizza and I come over there and say, look, give me your cheese pizza. You say no. They say, well, you guys got to fight about it. Well, no, I'm gonna let you have that pizza. I'm gonna go get another one. They gonna say, man, you got pumped, But somehow in this world now, all of a sudden it's different. You're an email champ. You did that and that. Well, he got the belt off a man. A man didn't even try to defend his belt against this guy, man. I mean, something got to be said about that, but they don't shine a light on that. And once again, here we go. Devin Haney, George Kambosos, he talked all that smack, $10 million. We got $10 million for anybody to come to Australia. We got $10 million now. They don't got the money. Now you got to fight him. You got to come up with the money as well as fight him. But now Australia is in heavy duty lockdown. So where you going to fight at? You can't really go to Australia now. So now, everything is in disarray now. So I you hear that the talk
Welcome to boxing.
Go ahead, my brother.
No, I said welcome to the headache of boxing.
Yeah, they'll say 1 minute, well, the talks is going, the next minute, all the talks is off and everything like that, man. But come on, man, it's an undisputed title fight, man. It's time to clear some of this madness up. This thing need to get put together, man. I don't understand it. Kambosos has but then again, that's half the reason why the negotiation is going that way, because you got a guy who has 3 belts who can walk around and say, well, I'm undisputed without that 4th belt. So if you're negotiating with a guy for the 4th belt, well, you acting like it ain't important because I can still walk around saying I'm undisputed, which is absolutely insane. But that's the way it's going down. But if he really felt like, he had to be able to say, hey, I have to have that belt in order to get this to be undisputed, then well, now you got to come off that and you got to be a little bit more agreeable to make the fight. And I think that's where the problem is, because everybody can always, well, he's the email. He's not a real belt. His belt is not. His belt is fugazi, this and that. And they always downgrading him. But the fact of the matter is, you need all 4 of these belts. You need all 4 of them. So, jump off that dumb stuff and get real and realize that's just what you got to do. And who else big is he going to fight, man? Is either Lomo or Devin,
I mean, he has options. I mean, here's the thing you got to look at it. Let's look at it from like the past 3 years, right? Not like the Kambosos Haney, but let's go back 2019-ish, before COVID, when it was the whole 4 Kings thing, right? Mm-hmm. What did we have happen in 2021 with the lightweight division? What was the big thing that happened? No, that's a real question. What was the big thing you guys remember about 2021?
But you said for the lightweight division?
Yeah, I'm outside, so you guys might not be able to hear me. But yeah, what was the one thing you guys can say happened in the lightweight division in 2021? The answer is this: you had one fight with Teofimo Lopez, one fight. So from 2020 to the end of 2021, Teofimo had one unsuccessful defense of his lineal championship and 3 belts. So during that time, you had Haney, you had Tank, you had Lomo, all kind of taking fights to keep themselves active. And what should have happened was that when Teofimo and Lomo fought, Teofimo should have said, let me get rid of this mandatory, and the mandatory wasn't somebody we cared about. Let's be real. We didn't care about George Kambosos up until he beat Teofimo. He was a challenger. He beat Teofimo. He now is a lineal champion with 3 belts. So he's in a position to say, well, look, Haney, I can kind of say whatever I want to say because you didn't fight none of these guys. I fought T.O. You haven't fought T.O. You haven't fought Lomo. You haven't fought Tank. You haven't fought none of these other, quote unquote, kings, 4 kings or whatever. I fought at least one. So George Kambosos is in a position where he can say, look, I want the fight to be here. You can tell me no, and I can go fight out optional. He can go fight Ryan Garcia and make probably a pretty good amount of money and never fight Haney. And the thing is, Haney kind of needs to fight somebody to raise his stock. Because after a while, him and Tank are going to be kind of forgotten about if the Lomos, the T.O.s, the Kambosos, and the Garcias start to fight each other. So it's about, this like 3 years in the making and a lot of just dropped balls that put us in the position we're in now.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying, but it's all this little ring around the rosy type of thing, because Lomachenko is supposed to fight Devin Haney anyway. That would have just stopped all of that madness about who fought who and who ain't did what and all anyway. But it's terrible when you have a fighter who's striving to get in there against the top guys, and top guys keep running away, and then they keep using for excuse, well, you ain't fought none of us, but none of you was going to fight me. It's just, that type of thing shouldn't be tolerated in boxing. And what do you got a rating system for if you're not going to use it to make fights happen? Because Lomo was supposed to fight Devin. It's just bottom line. There shouldn't have been no escape route made for him. He should have had to sit his punk ass right in there and go in there and take his lumps against his mandatory like everybody else. They had no problem making Gary Russell fight his mandatory over and over and over and over again. But for some reason now he gets a chance to slip out and it go over well. Even if he does it, it shouldn't go over well. It should be over Lomachenko's head. Why you do that then? It should be over Canelo's head. But why you slip out of there and didn't fight Demetrius Andrade? You know, how come you didn't fight Jamal Charlo? It should be still carried over their head by the fight fan. You know.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
If a fighter earn a position and get in a position, it should be for a reason. And if a guy earns a position to get there and he's still hollering for that which he's in position for, how can we hold it against him? So he didn't fight him. He was in position to fight him. He was going to fight him. That guy wouldn't fight him. That ought to be held accountable. That ought to be brought up. It ought to be highlighted. It ought to be said, well, yeah, he ain't fought him, but he was in position and he was trying to fight him, but the guy wouldn't fight him. Okay, let's get the totality of the whole situation involved in it before you write a guy off. Well, you haven't fought anybody. Well, okay, somebody get in the ring with him then. You know.
But that's the issue. The issue is that the fighters shouldn't be talking because the fighters weren't paying for anything. Let's be real. The fighters were not putting up money. They're not. It's networks and promoters. So with the fighter, if I was Devin Haney, I would say, look, can you make me a fight with Tank? No. Can you make me a fight with Ryan Garcia? No. Can you make me a fight with Lomo? No. Can you get me maybe Tio? No. Can you get me Kambosos? No. And I would look at it and say, well, look, if I can't get any of these guys, who's the next best thing I can get? And if the answer is nobody, then you got to figure out what your next step is going to be. Because the thing is, until you sit down and make real negotiations with all these guys and not just calling them out, nothing's going to move. That's just how it is. Calling me out doesn't mean anything. Have your people call my people. Let's sit down and see what we can do.
Yeah, that's what needs to go on. But the one good thing about it is, I know Eddie Hearn said money is not going to be an issue. And then the thing about it is, Kambosos them had put his price out there and his location demands early. You know, I want to be in Australia. We get here. Remember, we got 10 million, but they don't have it now. But Eddie Hearn says no problem. The money is not a problem at all on their end. So if you're saying you don't have it, and this guy here saying, well, I got it, and he's meeting your demands, and you still on some old, I might fight Ryan Garcia. For what? What does that really bring? Who is Ryan Garcia?
Well,
Garcia got money.
The problem is that he should never said nothing. His team and him should never say anything about that money because you know, and who he was going to fight before the fight. You know what I'm saying? They should allow themselves to figure that out later because he talked out of turn. That's all it was because people obviously have told them is like, wait a minute, because they could put up the money. You know, there ain't nothing saying that Kambosos is gonna beat Loma. There ain't no saying that Kambosos is gonna beat Devin Haney. So is at the point to where now, you know, he's trying to get some money. Maybe not sort of a cash out, but you know, it's protect himself. Because whoever he loses against, he ain't getting another fight again. Not like that. Nowhere near it. If Kambosos get beat by Loma, if Kambosos get beat by Devin Haney, he might just go on and disappear and be, you know, on other people's undercards once again. You know, so, you know, now it's in the predicament that, you know, they're shopping around to see who's going to pay more so for his next fight. And that's the reason why they're bringing up Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia ain't got no business taking that fight. Been out of the ring for so long, mental health and partying with felonious females and stuff like that. So, you know, he's gonna need a tune-up, you know, and he ain't got that many fights himself anyways, and he ain't that person to be so-called a seasoned professional boxer quite yet. You know, he's getting put on his ass by dudes he shouldn't get put on his ass by. He getting hit by dudes he shouldn't be taking that type of hits from these type of guys, you know. And then look at those guys now. They're all building blocks for other fighters. You know, I got a guy. You need a guy? I got a guy. You know, type of fighters. And so that's all it is. It sucks for us as boxing fans. It sucks to be Devin Haney and stuff like that. But you know, when you sign with certain people, you're only gonna get certain things out of it. And you know, that's why people were saying it's like, well, maybe he should never went over there with Edward. You know, because at the end of the day, now he's gonna have to compete Edward is going to have to compete with other promotional companies for other things, and Edward might not be able to get you this, that, and the third. Edward might not have a good connection for you with the WBC, you know, because obviously, you know, you got railroaded how many times out of a fight, you know, that you should have been in, and it was all boiled down to who threw the most bag and who was the most talked about in certain people's eyes. Because you're gonna say Tio and Haney, I mean, they to me they neck and neck. You know what I'm saying? And then it depends on who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? Then it depends on where you're gonna put the fight at. You know, so especially with Tio, you know, so it's just it sucks. I understand what they're doing, but you can't have a convention with all these organizations and then what you're gonna come out of it is a whole bunch of bullshit. You say you're gonna fix some shit, you say you're gonna get rid of some belts, but then after convention, you don't hear nothing but a whole bunch of mandatories that shouldn't even final eliminators that shouldn't even be talked about. You know what I'm saying? At these conventions, they can figure them shits out themselves. You know, and a whole bunch of worthless shit came out of it. Now we back in the square one in 2022, back in the square one from years ago. That 5-10 years ago still ain't been fixed. You still ain't got rid of this franchise madness. You know, how is Kambosos get franchised? I hope he's not. If he is franchised, doesn't make no sense because he ain't premier. If you can't come up with $10,000 for yourself, you ain't premier. If you can't get your government to open up for an event, you know, let one of these fighters come on over there and open up an event, you ain't premier.
Yeah, well, wouldn't that be the reason why you wouldn't? Because franchise belt he got from Tio, who got it from Lomo. So if I'm the guy, and then let's be real again. I mean, I don't know much about the franchise belt, but let's be real. George Kambosos, like you said, is in a place where we know if he loses, we're going to forget about him. He's kind of an Andy Ruiz, Buster Douglas underdog who won a fight that no one thought he was going to win. And now he's thinking, I'm 30. I don't have 8 more years. I don't have all this stuff behind me. American fans don't care about George Kambosos. Australian fans care about him, but we don't care about him. We only care about him because he has the belts. So he's going to go for the best financial opportunity for him. And unfortunately, it will probably be Lomo. That will probably be the best financial opportunity. It's going to be Lomo.
You think it's Lomo? You really think Lomo financially is the biggest one?
It better not be.
Yeah, I think Lomo's the best financial. Because if you think about it, if you fight Lomo, he'll make maybe $3 million guaranteed to fight Lomo. Lomo might make about $3 million. That's a pretty good payday. They might get some ticket receipts from the pay-per-view, which will probably be on some form of streaming service, plus international. Yeah, that's the best thing. If you try to cash out, go for Lomo.
And not only that, look what Bob Arum said about that. And Bob Arum, I guarantee you, would throw more money than he had threw in the coffin for Loma.
Now, I don't know about that. I don't know about him throwing more money, but it would be a fight where they both would get paid pretty good. Because the thing is, Lomo, if you have Luda Bella and you have Lomo, I mean, I'm sorry, you have Luda. If you have Teofimo, oh damn, I'm tripping. George Kambosos and Lomo. You have 2 fighters who have huge followings in other countries who aren't American. The international rights for that would make a few $1 million that you wouldn't make putting them with Devin Haney. So I would say if you're trying to make that money and make sure it's secured, you go for that bout. And then if I was Kambosos, I would say, look, I already have sponsors in Australia that are going to put up some money. That's mine. Whatever you get from Top Rank, or whatever you get in your country and whatever else is yours. Let's make this money and let's see what happens. Yeah, I would do that.
That seemed to be the way he get the biggest money, though. I think you're probably right, because they were saying they had that 10 million, man. So if that would be the case, hell, that's definitely got to be enough. But right now, I hear what you're saying, and it makes sense. But the thing about it is, Bob Arum, he's very finicky. That cat ain't trying to put no money down on nothing, man. And then, I think right now Eddie Hearn is more hungry of a promoter right now, and and he keeps talking about that Dubai connection, and we got the money, and the money ain't the problem. It ain't the issue. So, I mean, I'm liking that. I got, so I'm hoping that that's the way it goes, because it really.
Why ain't it done yet, Black Star?
Yeah, well, that's my question.
Black Star. Let me ask you this question, Black Star. Let me ask you this question. How many times have you heard about some Middle Eastern Dubai connection, and it never comes through, except for the whole AJ Ruiz fight? Other than that, it's always this connection. It's like if I say, hey, I got $1 million car that you never see, but I keep saying I have this car. It's like, look, if you keep saying you have the connection and nothing happens, you gotta start wondering, do you really have the connection or not?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You know, shout out to Clarence McLean and good brother Kyle Body Sean. Or God Body News now. Let me get that right. For sure. Yeah, man. Lomachenko's definitely getting that fight. You think so? Okay.
Yeah,
You know,
that's been my prediction that it's gonna be Loma, man, because it just seems like this is the MO of these guys, you know, to is not give the fight to Devin Haney, right? And then if you look at it, you can't get the fight in Australia. You know, what's up with the fight up over there in wherever Loma's from? You know what I'm saying? Translucentville, you know? So
Nah, you ain't going there. You ain't going to Eastern Europe for any title fight. Unless you crazy, you don't go to Eastern Europe for title fights. You guaranteed to lose.
well, you know, yeah, that could be the case, but my whole thing is that this whole atmosphere is fighting two European guys fighting against each other. You know, that's my whole thing. I'm not talking about Brits and stuff like that. I'm talking about a guy that's over there in Australia that has ties to somewhere over there in Europe, and then against another guy, you know, so that's from up over there too, you know. And look at the last time they had a big fight.
yeah, yeah. Man.
All I'm saying again, I'm on record.
Good, bro.
If Devin don't get this fight, he need to bounce.
Yeah. I said that years ago. He just might as well just move up. But you're right with that one.
Move up to 140. Yeah, move to 140 because the thing is 135. You're not getting anything.
Yeah,
But why though?
Because
Well, I mean,
if everybody is already putting the fucks to you in your works and stuff like that, you might as well look at the other options. And there is other options for them. And you know,
I mean, think about this though, y'all. Think about this for a second. Right now, with the Kambosos situation, right? Tank and Floyd can wake up this morning and say, you know what? I want that fight for Tank, and they can take this fight from them right now.
Yeah, they could.
With what money? Floyd, they don't have the money for it.
You got to be crazy.
Dude,
yeah,
how
they
am
got
I
the money.
crazy?
They got the
How they
money.
had the money?
If they ain't got the money, they figure it out.
Well, tell me how they had the money because Tank's getting a 1.2 million and pay-per-view to help take care of the card, but they're going to come up with 6 or 7 guaranteed. I mean,
Yeah,
if PBC and Floyd and them can't come up with money to put on basic shows because they got to see what Canelo's going to do, they don't have the money for
You
it.
really believe that, bro? Y'all need to stop.
Yeah.
You really
Bro.
believe that?
Listen, AK, I know you think that's the case, but I'm telling you, if that was the case, this would have been done by now.
Bro,
That would have been the case by now, but it's not the case.
listen, let's clear up something though for everybody. The reason why Canelo, or even they're even going through the thing they're doing with Canelo, because Canelo wants to fight on PBC. He said that out his own mouth. That's why they're dealing with Canelo. They're not chasing Canelo.
That's not true, dude. Canelo said that he worked with Al Haymon. He enjoyed working with PBC.
No. He didn't say Canelo don't want to be signed to anybody, but he said he likes working with them.
Yeah, he likes working with them. Listen,
Exactly.
if you pay me 40 million, I love working with you. You give me career paydays. Listen, right now, if you say, Brandon, I'm gonna give you $40 million to be on my show, I'm on your show every goddamn time.
What I'm saying is the narrative that PBC is chasing behind Canelo is false. He opened himself up to them. That's why they working with him.
If that's the case, then why hasn't PBC made any other stars? They got all those guys over there, and right now they're saying we're offering you Charlo. They have 160 fighters on their roster.
Well,
all those guys. No, hold on. That's the narrative. They would have said, Canelo, we did this one fight with you. We don't need you because we can take this 50 million and make these other guys stars.
Well, we could.
If that's the case, that would have been the thing.
You could. I mean, look. They got the money for Tank, man. If a dude out there can spend $10 million on a damn watch, he could spend $10 million on Tank or whoever, you know, other fighters if he really wants to. If you really think that he can make some money off of it and stuff like that, and he could spend $6 million on a damn watch, he could damn sure do it for that.
Yeah, but he's not going to. I mean,
No. But that's the
look at
thing.
Floyd Mayweather.
It's like whether or not he's going to or not. It's like Tank Davis. If you look at it, we all know that they still trying to finagle this guy up into a superstar. We already know that they already sitting up over here marinating shit left and right. We already know that, and he's going to get his big fight. But the thing about it is, it's not going to be in 2022. It's going to be probably at the end of 2022, if anything, or 2023. But we all know that
it'll be next. Yeah, it won't get a big fight until next. It won't be a big fight with him until next year.
Yeah, because
next year he'll have a big fight.
Because the main thing that we were talking about is do they have the money? And they do have the money. You know, the money is the issue.
If they had the money, everything wouldn't be on pay-per-view.
No, I mean, I just explained to you how they have the money.
And you said how Floyd has money.
What I said is true.
No, but Floyd has money. Floyd is rich.
It doesn't matter if Floyd has the money or not. Floyd can still get that money up, and Floyd is still the entity of PBC. The money
is you're saying what Floyd. But you're saying what a guy could do with his personal money, not what a guy does
it doesn't matter if it's personal money or not. If you have a company called TMT, right?
Dude, TMT it does matter.
Set up. PBC has to set up. PBC is the people who set the cameras up. PBC is the people who set the broadcasters up. PBC is the people who get the ring and all that stuff. It's not TMT.
That doesn't matter. The thing is, Floyd. The thing is, he fights on Showtime. He doesn't fight on Fox. He fights on Showtime, and he only fights on pay-per-views. He gets $1 million guaranteed, 1.2, and he gets a share of the pay-per-view sales.
But all said and done, if they really want to make the fight, they can make the fight. They got the money to do so. That's
the case. But all I'm saying is this: if they really wanted to do this stuff for the past 2 years, they would have done it. You don't say if I can really do something, I'm going to wait 2 or 3 years to do it.
What are you talking about? Do what though, Brandon? What are you talking about?
To make this big fight, to make the big fights that they said they can make for Tank. If you can
make the big fight happen. First of all, hold on. Nobody say anything about making these big fights for Tank. Nobody.
No, you just said about making the big fight. They had the money. They'll put the money up. And I'm saying, I said
right now, if they wanted to, Tank Floyd could come to the table and take this fight from all the other fighters that's running their mouth right now.
He ain't lying.
Then why won't they do it?
They don't want to do it. That's the problem.
Okay. They don't want to do it. So let's not even talk about Tank, because if Floyd doesn't want to do it, talking about what they could do, but they don't want to do.
But what I'm saying is, but that narrative that you keep putting out there, like they just the bottom of the totem pole, they just so broke. Listen, like they didn't choose Canelo. Canelo chose them.
Dude, Canelo only chose them because they had a belt. If Caleb Plant would have been any promoter,
listen,
oh my God.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. I am so serious.
He was so desperate for that one belt at 168.
You know what? Like, let's say this. I'm gonna shut up on it. I'm gonna shut up.
So you think that one belt at 168 meant that
whatever
much?
you guys say is correct. Because I was just on the phone with PBC yesterday for 3 hours talking about stuff.
You was on the phone with PBC?
Yes, because I was trying to get my guy on the show for the 26th in Vegas, which we're turning down right now. We had to turn it down for personal reasons.
You had to turn it down, or they had to turn it down?
My fighter said no. He has the right to turn down a fight. He said, you know what? I just don't want to do it. We're going to go another route. I can't tell him what to do. I can tell him what he should do, but I can't force him to do anything. I'm not going to.
Everybody get quiet right now.
No, what happened? No.
Hey, but you know, one thing I want to say though, you know, Floyd did chime in when it came to the Bud Earl thing, talking about, hey, he'll pay for it. You know, maybe, but you know what? A guy like Floyd got the influence and the financial to actually help a lot of fighters like a Devin Haney and them cats that is in a stalwart. They can't get the big fight. They you know, things ain't going right. You know, he can come in with that trump card and say, boom, I'm dropping this bread on this fight. Boom. And kind of break up all this monotony so that you know, all these cowards who got all these excuses for not fighting this guy won't have him anymore. He only need one big fight. and get one big victory and one big fight, then they can't start talking that no more. You know.
Hey, but I thought Eddie Hearn was Big Bang Hank. I thought Eddie Hearn was Big Bang Hank.
I mean, everybody says,
said.
but that's the truth though. But AKA, everybody says they have the money, and then when you say show me, everybody walks away. Everybody says they got the big bank, and then we say, okay, well, let's do it. Well, hold on, I gotta count my money real quick. But you just told me you had it. So where's it at?
So you saying DAZN cash strap too?
No, because here's my thing. I don't know what DAZN has. They can afford this fight. But my thing is, if Eddie Hearn says I got the money, then you can't go back on that. I don't know what DAZN has. But if you tell me as a promoter and the guy who's paying for something that you got the money for it, I'm gonna take you at your word. So
I hit my own issue with my bad.
So I agree with you. I agree with this. If he can't give Haney a big fight this year, Haney's gonna probably have to move up, but Haney does need to consider what it's gonna take and who it's gonna be that can get him the things that he needs.
You know what?
I do agree with you on that.
Yeah, I do feel like Devin Haney probably will get this Kambosos fight though. I do. I think it's going to break the monotony, and it's going to happen. And I think this whole situation with Australia might turn around, flip in his favor to give him the leverage he needs to be able to get it. I don't know, because I do. One thing I will say, and I have always doubted Eddie Hearn, but I have to give him credit on this. It seemed like he's working harder to get something for Devin this time. He got a little bit more fervor about him. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I just got a feeling. I don't know. I can't explain it. So I'm
why?
glad it happens.
You know why?
Because
listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This Terrence Crawford situation got a lot of moving a little different.
Yeah, man, they definitely doing that. But that fight need to happen, and Devin deserved the opportunity to fight for Undisputed. He's been chasing it, and I can't stand to see a fighter chase something so long and give everything he got for it, man. And then these idiots negotiate their way out of it, and stuff like that. It shouldn't happen, man. The opportunity should be there. That's the reason that we had the sports, It's crazy, man. But shout out to the good brother Clarence McLean in the building, man. Young G back up in the joint, man.
Let me ask y'all something though, because everybody keep throwing this around here, right? Everybody keep throwing this around, right? What if George Kambosos lay around and smoke one of them?
See if he smokes on.
No. I'm talking about what if Kambosos, like say he fought Loma? What if he beat Loma? What if he beat Devin?
I mean, it can happen, bro. I mean, that's boxing. Somebody's gonna lose, right?
Oh, man.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, we didn't think he was gonna beat Tio, but he beat Tio.
And he rumbled Tio. He rumbled Tio.
Got the good brother Trick Nolte come through, man. Say, what up, Black Star? Man, I haven't heard from you since the Washington Bullets changed their name to the Wizards. What's going on, Trick, man? What it do, bro? Good to see you, man. Yeah, man. It's been a minute, man. But that's okay. This is just the second week back on, bro. So, hey, man. We'll link up for sure. Oh, Trick, man.
Trick Nolte. Good.
Nah, what happened, though? Talk to me that. What happened if Kambosos beat one of them? You have a fight. What if Kambosos defend his title?
Well, because I would say this: if he fought Haney and beat Haney, there's nothing to argue about. At that point, it's like, look, I beat the guy who deserved a shot. I mean, he can go for it if he wants to go for it after that point, in my opinion.
He might be the new big fish.
Hey, it can happen. What I mean? He's a pretty good fighter. Anything can happen out there, as he showed Tio. So, but I just have a feeling like it's going to go. I think the focus has been on that fight more than anywhere else. Other things have been suggested, but I think the main core focus has been trying to get that fight put together. And I think as long as they can keep their focus like that, something will happen. Who knows? Maybe Australia the next, in another month, all of a sudden they open back up or something. Well, I don't know a month though, but in some relative time, space and time, it happens. And then, the original offer that he was talking about, because they was talking about paying somebody else $10 million to come over there, so it wasn't even like they was talking about his portion. They was talking about what they was going to pay the opponent to come to Australia. Well, that's what they were saying. I don't know. Somebody in Australia, the Aussie government, I don't know. I don't know. But that's what they were saying for a long time. We want to fight here in Australia. And what they did that for? What's his name? The other cat, man, Takasa Zoo's son.
But hey, the thing is, I don't think they're gonna. Australia's shutting down though.
Yeah, they shut down heavy.
Yeah, so like, why don't they just make the fight over here and let Kambosos get a little bit more money and this like what we talking about yesterday, bro. You feel me? Why don't they make that happen? Fight over here, let Kambosos get about 4 million, Devin get about 3. Put on the floor.
Yeah, he can have a grand rematch in Australia.
Right. And Kambosos can put a rematch clause in there if he lose.
Yeah.
No rematch clause. No,
He can't
no
get a
clause.
rematch clause as a
No,
champion.
dude. No, because here's my thing. This is my opinion, and this is just my opinion professionally. If Haney beats Kambosos, he should not have to give Kambosos a rematch immediately. It's like, look,
Why
if I
not?
beat you, because to me that's unfair to say, look, I'm gonna give you the shot. If I beat you, there's no rematch. If you beat me, I get a rematch. That's not fair. To
But
me,
here's the
if
thing,
I
though.
beat you, let me move on with my career. Because if you beat me, I don't get a second chance.
But here's the thing, though, Brandon. The only reason Teofimo not getting a rematch because he didn't want it.
What you mean on the Kambosos?
Teofimo don't want the rematch. That's why that's not happening. Teofimo want to move on. That's the only reason why he did not. That's the only reason they're not running it back.
See
Well,
now,
you can't. Well, you can't. Well, here's the thing. You can't have a rematch clause in a mandatory. You can't have that. Now you can
No,
negotiate it.
I
but
know,
you don't
but what
have
I'm
to.
saying is he would have ran it back with Tio. Tio said he doesn't want a rematch.
You talking about Kambosos would have ran it back with him.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, I got you now.
Yeah, but you hear now that Teofimo wants to fight this Arnold Barboza Jr. possibly in the spring at 140. So
Yeah, he want to move up.
He's definitely going in that direction.
Yeah, he came out and said he don't want a rematch. He going to 140.
But how you don't want no get back though, man? Man took your crown. He took your glory. He took everything you was bragging.
He's saying health issues.
He's saying he's struggling with the weight, bro. He said the weight is a problem.
Yeah, well, I can see that though. I can see that as being a problem. He definitely looked too big to be in the division. But yeah, man, that's But you gotta get that. I mean, he took all your belts, man. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Go out there and let that man beat the brakes off you the second time around, stop you or something. You don't want that.
Man,
Yeah,
you might not want it, but
because I mean, if you already, I would just like I agree with AKA. Like if you get beat by him a second time and get your brakes your brakes beat off, you gonna look real bad at that point. At that point,
Yeah.
you might have to go away for a little bit.
Y'all talking about Tio?
Yeah.
Oh man, shit. You know what? Really, to tell you the truth, when is he gonna be medically cleared? That's really what it is. He probably couldn't do the rematch anyways. Because when he's gonna be medically cleared?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, that's a good point because he has to get a medical now.
Yeah, that is a good point, man. So maybe that's why they're looking at something like that possibly in the spring. But at 140 now, I mean, what should be his goals now? I mean, who should he be trying to, link up with now?
You know what they're trying to do. You know he's going for Josh Taylor.
Man. Hey, good luck.
AKA Josh Taylor and Tio. You give Tio a chance?
No. But the world do, but no.
Yeah.
Does anybody on this panel give him a chance?
Yeah, of course I give him a chance. But the dude, he gonna have to do way better than what he did his last fight.
You think
that's what I'm thinking because that's what I'm thinking. I mean, Tio was a champion. He didn't successfully defend the titles. He lost to Kambosos. And I mean, a part of me feels like, look, maybe you need to get a new team in your corner, kind of figure out some things. Because he's only 24, so it's not like he's going to be 30 tomorrow. Because you can't take beatings like that from guys who are considered the challenger, and still talk about the takeover. So maybe he needs to take some time, figure it out, then do it.
Yeah, he talking Tyler too much shit.
Don't start that.
Hold on. You know what? Before I forget, did you guys get that information about who to reach out to for the credentials for
I
that show you
screenshot
guys
it.
talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it from you. I got it yesterday.
Okay.
I screenshotted it.
Okay. Let me know if you guys. It should work. That should be all you need. But just let me know if it's something else.
All right.
But Kelly should be the person you guys should talk to for February.
We appreciate.
Yes, sir, for sure, man.
Yeah, Josh Taylor hurt that boy, man. Josh Taylor a dog.
About the nigga said T.O. Regis, Gary, Antoine Russell, Montana Love, Regis, Ramirez, and Taylor.
Oh,
Boy,
did y'all
he
hear?
got it.
Matter of fact, speaking of that,
Chris
did you hear
down
what
the line.
Teofimo said about Gary Antoine Russell?
No, what did he say?
No,
I
say it
didn't hear
again. I can hear the first part. Say it again.
He said what T.O.
What
said
did he
about
say?
Gary
What did he say,
Antoine Russell.
Dexter? AK.
He said Gary Antoine Russell ain't to be played with.
Who said that?
Teofimo Lopez.
Huh? Well,
Man,
that fight ain't happening with him. He gonna run.
Yo, he already said that.
You
Hey,
want some
hey.
too, old man? No.
Hey, Slim, he made that clear. Teofimo made that clear. He said one person he is not looking to fight at 140 is that boy there.
I mean, how you
Now,
gonna be
that
a
is
fighter
funny.
competing in a weight division and you gonna say it's somebody in that division you ain't fighting? How you look, man? Wasn't you supposed to be this destroyer? You know, the takeover. You know, how you gonna have a takeover and somebody throw a name at you? Oh, one of that.
No, okay. The question came up. I think the person came up to him and was like, "What do you think about Gary Antoine Russell?" And then his eyes got big as a baseball, and he was like, "Yo, man, listen, I seen this dude from this place to that place. He's a problem." That lets you know I'm not going that route.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can tell by moving around Devin Haney. I wouldn't want to go there either. If you ain't going to Devin, I damn sure ain't going over there. Sure ain't going over there.
You know, I don't know who he wants to fight at 140. I know you say Josh Taylor, but I said Josh Taylor would probably get him. I don't know about Barboza. Maybe he gets past Barboza, but I mean, you gotta stop talking reckless like this, because you talking about takeover and all this stuff, and then somebody say Antoine Russell, and you're like, oh no, I don't want to. No, you play with them.
I like to see him fight Ramirez.
What?
I like to see T.O. fight Ramirez.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I mean, to me, that's the closest guy he got a chance to beat out of them guys that's listed on there.
Man, I'm telling you something, bro. Listen. You trying to get Teofimo hurt. I see what you trying to do. You trying to get him out the way.
Now, if I was trying to get him out the way, I'd have put him in there with Regis.
I think he's gonna get a soft touch. He's gonna get a soft touch, and then Bob gonna bless his prize boy and put him in the ring with Josh. See what I'm saying? That's the best I can do for you. I'm gonna give you a soft touch. You go fight a tomato can, get everybody hype again. Then I'm gonna get you the big fight, and then from there I can't do nothing else for you.
He can't do nothing for you, man. That's what the Public Enemy said back in the day.
Yeah, 140 got a nice little buffet up there while everybody faking.
Yeah, it's getting right, and it's about to get even more, man. When Devin get up there, and you know, I mean,
is he really? Let me ask you something. You really think that's the thing I'm thinking about? Y'all really? That's why I think Eddie need to take care of it. But you really think he's going to do good at that Shark Tank up there, bro? It's some dogs up at 140, bro. It ain't taking ice cream. It's some dogs.
Yeah, I mean, I think he can hang with any of them. It's just a matter of whether he can take the power. You know, I think that's the only question I have. If he get hit by one of them cats, is he going to be able to still stand? Because if he can take the punches, he gonna be a problem up there. Because the boy got skills. He ain't just anybody. But you know, if he can't hang with the hanging and banging, then you know he gonna get banged on out and have to come on back down.
I mean, think about it, Black Star. It's a lot of high pressure punchers up at 140. They not just punches. These dudes cut the ring off and come get you if they got to at 140. These ain't Ramirez, Josh Taylor, Gary Antoine Russell. These boys ain't playing. Even Montana Love. Them boys bring that level.
Yeah, they definitely do. Now I give him credit, but I mean, Devin can move around the ring.
All right, we're gonna find out.
So that's the dance, you know. That's the dance of boxing, basically. You know, boxing punches it. So it'll be interesting. But if he, you know, they get him in the corner and they pop him. Hey, you know, let's see, can he hang? If he can't, he out of there. But if he can take it and he can endure, then now he a problem, you know. So that's the one thing we have to check on, you know. We'll say, God Body News says, depend on Devin defense up at 140. He needs to put some weight on his legs. They're brittle. Yeah, but Devin right now is
listen. Devin already. If y'all paying attention, Devin already got a game plan for when he move up to 140.
What is it?
Devin said, okay, I'm going to spill the beans.
Go ahead.
Bill Haney had an interview with Champside, and Bill came on Champside and he said that Champside said, why you don't fuck with Blu-ray? Since Blu-ray is Earl Spence, old strength and conditioning coach, and they brought Blu-ray on there, and Bill said when Devin moved up to 140, they definitely bring a Blu-ray in for the strength and conditioning. So we might see a whole different Devin Haney moving up to 140, bro.
You gonna have to.
Yeah, he definitely need a little adjustment there for sure. And you know, when you see Linares, you know, hit him and rock him a little bit, and you know, them guys get a whack on him, man. And, you know, it's gonna be some results. It's just a matter of how bad. Yes, indeed.
For that info.
Like I said, because them guys at 140, we seen you hurt before. That's gonna make me want to pursue you even more. That's gonna make me come after you even more because I seen you hurt before. So I'm coming after you. It ain't about me. I'm not gonna sit around and wait for you, Dilly. And we don't think you can punch. So we coming after you.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. They definitely got to come after him for sure. You know, just like, you know, I was saying earlier about, you know, the fight last night with Conceição and Xavier Martinez. You know, it's just like, you know, you got a guy that's what he's supposed to do, but he couldn't get into his grooves to do anything he wanted to do because Conceição stayed on his ass. He stayed on his P's and Q's. He never let up. And because of that, that guy could never get started. So it lulled him to sleep to the point where he wouldn't even move. His corner's like, man, you got to do more. You got to do more. He looking like he confused. He forget everything he was taught in the gym because this guy is doing something to him that he can't set up. You know, I'm trying to, you know, every now and then he'll land something, but it was never consistent enough for him to build any momentum. And that just, you know, it lasted the whole fight. He was hoping that the old guy was going to get tired and he was going to be able to take advantage, but it never happened. You know, so hey, kudos to the old cats that can say so on that one. But man, to move on a little bit, man, let's talk about this Canelo and these fight deals that he's been offered and everything.
Oh, Lord.
Think about that. We gotta talk about Cinnamon, man. We got to talk about Cinnamon. Now, PBC, you know, put out what is it, 50 million for him to fight Jamal Charlo. And this ain't the first time. PBC been trying to make this fight for a little while. They made a few offers to him over the years. They're now 50 million for this fight. And for some reason, you know, and I can't get over it, all of a sudden now Canelo seems like he's open to it, and it's a consideration for the first time in a long time, which really gets me, you know. So it's like maybe it could really happen, because that's one of the reasons why I kind of fell off with Canelo, was because he wouldn't fight the guys I wanted him to fight. Now, if he fight this fight right here, now this is one of the ones I've been wanting to see him fight for the longest, just so on, because this fan base and that fan base, who are kind of close together, you know, been back and forth with it for a long time, and all we doing is back and forth, back and forth. It's time to settle it. Let's get it in the ring and let's see what happens. Whoever wins, that's the way it goes. You know, I can see it going either way. You know,
I don't know how.
Go ahead, bro.
I don't know how. He gonna bust Jamal up.
Then you gonna bust? Oh, what you say? Oh, okay, AK. All right, let me write this down. Let me get some AKA money.
He gonna bust Jamal up.
Let me get some
Jamal
AKA
up,
money.
bro. He's going to chop Jamal up, bro.
You don't think it's a reason why he been neglecting to go that route?
I mean, he had his reasons at first. He probably had his reasons at first. Same thing. He didn't want to fight him or Boo Boo at first. You know what I mean?
For a long while.
But now, But now I think he see the chinks that he need to see in Jamal's armor, and the price is right. You're gonna pay me a bag. It's gonna be pay-per-view, and I see the chinks in his armor that I can exploit. That's probably what he's leaning the more to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, but I definitely want to see it happening, man. And however it in the end, you know. But it's just one of them fights I wanted to see. I like the matchup. I like the styles. And I think it will make for a really good fight, man. It'd be one for the history books, I believe, man. It has the potential to be there, you know. And I think they've been cheating the fans for years. This should have been happening, man. They could have had 2-3 fights of that already, you know. Real ones, you know. I mean, I understand Canelo been on the gravy train, you know. He pretty much can pick them and, do what he want to do to him, however, And I can't fault him because, I mean, if you after the money, then say you after the money. I ain't mad with you. But don't come out here and talk about I'm best pound for pound, I'm the best in the world, this, that, and the third, if you're not fighting these type of guys. Because if you are, then I say, okay, well, I got to give it to you, man. That's where you at. That's what you're going for. But as far as anything else, man, I mean, you're getting the money, and that's fine. But you can't be talking about you the best and not fight the best. That's where I really draw the line. And that's why I judge fighters like that, because he could, I thought in the beginning, before the Triple G fight, man, that's where he was going, and I liked it there. That's why I was a fan of his. I was like, oh, man, I like what he did with Floyd. I ain't think he beat Floyd, but I think he did enough in there to impress me. It made me a fan of his. It made me watch him. And then when I heard his name, I wanted to check him out. And I was around here Caneloing it up with people, man. Cats was talking about, oh, no, Triple G. I was like, man, nah, man, this dude right here, blah, blah, blah. And and then after that, he started that stuff, and I was like, man, I can't rock with that. But if he can get this right here on, hey, man, he's trying to get me back. That's what I figured. That's the way I see it.
Don't get your hopes up, bro. Don't get your hopes up, because he's gonna chop Jamal up. Like I say, I think he beats Jamal. I think he beats Benavidez. The only person I don't think he beats is the one he's not gonna fight, and that's Demetrius.
Huh? That's now you got me thrown now, AK. I gotta understand this, because you think Andrade is the guy that is the threat, but not Jamal.
That's who he's scared of. That's who he's clearly scared of. He's clearly scared of him. But
you don't think he clearly scared of Jamal after he fought 3 mandatories to beat mandatory challenges to remain his mandatory, and then when he got close to really getting the fight, all of a sudden here come the franchise title. You don't think that was some fear involved in that?
Listen, out of all of those fighters that Jamal beat at 160, right? The only one that was semi-decent, other than Dermanchenko, was Centennial. All the rest of them dudes was tomato cans. You know what I'm saying? Like the last dude you just fought was a tomato can, and you went life or death with that battle.
Well, yeah, but the styles make fights, and that last fight, it was kind of a little.
Hey, man, repeat that shit again, man.
Yeah, AK.
Repeat that again, man, AK, man.
What you want to hear?
Man, what you just said again, man. What did you just say, bro?
About Jamal?
Yeah, you said Black Star did what now?
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing about Black Star. All I said was, listen, everybody that he's fought at 160 outside of Dermanchenko, the best one was Centennial. All the rest of them dudes was tomato cans. Even the dude he just fought was a tomato can, and he had his eye all swollen up and whatever.
I mean, but like Black Star said, man, styles makes fights, and it's not like a tomato can. They never caught, Canelo, and damn near had him on his knees. So, it's just depends on the style matchup. And I seriously think that if I look at Kovalev and how he had success with Canelo until he bunked out or, gave his chin up or whatever the case may be. He took that fight on short notice as well, and he had to take that fight.
Go to the chat.
And if Kovalev can have some good success with a guy with all that stress and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure one of the Charlos can have that too. I'm pretty sure Demetrius Andrade can have that too. But guess what? I don't think those fights are ever going to happen anytime soon.
Man, let me go to these the chat real quick here, catch up on some of these comments here, man.
And my bad, guys. I had to hop out for a second. What I missed?
Yeah, you good, brother. Let me catch up on these comments real quick. Godbody says Canelo going to hurt Charlo. Oh, Godbody, man, my brother, my young G going the other way. Okay, I feel you, bro. It's possible, man. I think it's going to be a great fight. That's why I really want to see it. So if he do that, hey, more power to him. He says only Better BF has a chance the way Makabu fought last night. Canelo going to KO him. Yeah, I ain't really sold on Makabu, but we'll see. He said,
You know what? How old is that guy?
He said, "Boo boo." Okay, let me get a couple more guys, and then we'll be caught up. Yeah, TS says Montiel was a bum. Yeah, Tyrone in the building. What's going on, Tyrone, man? I just send you a link.
Boxing salute.
Yeah, I can send you a link, brother. You want to hop on, brother, for sure. And then he says, I thought he lost to Korobov. Ooh,
I don't agree with that.
I'm not gonna say Montiel was a bum, but Montiel's a strong left-handed boxer. He's not a champion, but he's not a bum at all. That guy right there can crack.
Huh?
Montiel, the left-hander from Mexico, that dude can crack, man. That's the reason why he was ranked number 4 in the WBC. That dude can actually box pretty good. You saw how he was tagging Charlo. I mean,
but I'm saying this. Jaime Munguia blew that man out the water.
Okay, so Jaime Munguia beat him. And Charlo beat him.
First round, smoked him.
Yeah, but the dude's still a good boxer. I mean, people get knocked out all the time. Don't mean they stuck as a boxer.
I give you that, man, but Jamal wasn't supposed to go through all that with him.
Well, bro, I think you're giving Jamal way too much credit. I think you're saying that he's so good, it shouldn't be an issue, and there's an issue. So either Montiel is better than we thought, or Charlo isn't as good as we thought. It's one or the other.
I think it's the second part you just said.
Charlo isn't as good as we thought?
Well.
He might not be. I'm not the best character of judge when it comes to a boxer's skills. I know heavyweights. Anything below heavyweight, light heavyweight, ask somebody else. But I mean, I was at the fight with Hayden. Hayden was telling me how it was looking and going, and I mean, he was correct on all facets. Charlo was going to win, but Charlo got cracked quite a few times.
Yeah, I mean, them styles make fights, man. It really does, man. And just like Jaime Munguia, man. When is Jaime Munguia going to fight some damn body? Can somebody tell me that?
I can tell you, if Charlo moves up and Andrade moves up, Munguia is going to fight for a vacant title at 160. I guarantee you.
Yeah, well, Boo Boo going to 168. Boo Boo is going to 168.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
Yeah, and Munguia is number 1 NWBO and WBC. So it's just weird that he never never asked for a title fight.
Hey,
but I guarantee you, they vacate, he's going for a vacant title.
And mark my words. Book this. Boo Boo, when he after whoever he fight in his first fight, he gonna chop David Benavidez up. I told you first.
Who gonna beat David Benavidez?
Boo Boo is gonna chop David Benavidez up. I told you first.
You think so?
I mean, okay, but dude, that's obvious though, man. Let's be real. I mean, we think Benavidez can crack, but nobody's seen it.
I'm getting some dropping off. Okay, here we go.
Hey, I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Do y'all okay, listen to this. Do y'all think, I think I said this yesterday too, do y'all think that this will be a good move for Charlo to take the Canelo fight without having a warm-up fight?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't.
Wait, what's the question?
Listen to this. Y'all already saying that he didn't look good in his last fight. It's gonna be almost 2 years come May when they do fight, if they do fight. Canelo fought 4 times last year.
Charlo fought last year.
Huh?
Charlo fought last year. He fought last July. He fought here in Houston.
All right, okay. Oh, he fought July. Okay, right. Listen to this. So before then, that fight he didn't look good, and then the fight before then was with Drake, whatever his name, right? Darmako, right?
Derevyanchenko, yeah.
All right, so his last two fights, you guys say he didn't look too good. Is it possible? Y'all telling me it wouldn't be advised for him to have a pre-fight before taking on Canelo when Canelo just stayed active in four fights? I mean, four times this year.
No, you don't do that. No, sir.
I can kind of see it because, like he's saying, if he fought four times, and Canelo gonna be sharp. You fought four times back to back like this.
So listen to this. It can't be. Listen to this. If Charlo lose, bro, it's no fucking excuses. I'm through with this excuse. It's 22, bro. Ain't no time. I'm through with excuses. So if he go out there and lose, I don't want motherfuckers talking about where was ring rust. Man, fuck all that, bro.
So you don't get no tune-up. You don't get no tune-up, man. Look, bro.
No, you don't do a tune-up.
Okay, listen. So listen. My thing is this: if you gonna walk like a big dog, then you gotta bark like a big dog.
Right.
What's the tune-up for? You just said he didn't look good in his last fight, and Canelo fought four times already last year.
Well, basically,
Canelo been active. I'm not a Canelo fan, but he's been active. He might not fought top-notch fighters, but he's been in the ring and been active.
But that ain't a reason to get no tune-up.
Yeah,
there ain't no reason
to get no tune-up.
No, basement. Let me ask you a question. Can you hear me, basement?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
Okay. There's no reason to get a tune-up because you fought Montiel, right? Now, you didn't look that good against Montiel. You won, you dominated. At this point, we all kind of know that either you're not as good as we thought you were, or this guy is better, which they say maybe Charlo isn't as good as we thought he is. You don't put him into a tune-up where he might look worse. You go for the money now.
Yeah, but the tune-up is not set up to make you look any type of way. It's just like you fighting a bum that you can look good on. That you can shine on. That's a tune-up. A tune-up ain't no guy that's going to be a fight for you.
So he should be able to show everything he been working on in this type fight and knock some guy out, and then come out and with confidence build up and everything, man.
You're risking the chance of losing the fight. You're risking the chance to lose the fight. Canelo don't have to wait for you, bro. You don't miss the buffet. If the buffet here, you go to the buffet line and eat. You eat. Look, man, you are a world champion. You not
okay. Listen to this. So now, just tell me this: Are you guys chasing legacy, or are you guys chasing the bag?
Dude, you chasing the bag.
Both.
Well, Canelo did say out of his mouth that this is like even Eddie Reynoso. This is the biggest challenge for Canelo. So, with that being said, Canelo really can't afford to change his mind. If you're going to come out publicly and say that, you make that statement, you can't retract that. You know what I'm saying? So even if he does make us think about it.
Hey, I got a
question. Only fight twice a year.
I got a question. They said chasing the bag, right?
Both.
Listen. Hold on. All right, well, with the bag, I'm gonna address the bag part. How much was Charlo quoted to be making for this fight?
Charlo is $12 million. If you guys can hear me, I'm at the store. 12 million.
So he's saying Charlo chasing the bag. So y'all mean to tell me without a Canelo fight, and Charlo was to enhance his boxing game, he would never see a $12 million payday nowhere else?
It's not guaranteed. Like basement. I have a guy that I advise. We got to offer the fight for $5,000 for a 6-round bout, right? He turned it down. And he said, I'm turning it down because if I can get a couple of wins, I can come back to there and ask for $20,000, right? You can do that. It doesn't mean they're going to be there. So if you had an opportunity now to make $12 million, and Canelo doesn't need to fight you, it's not like Canelo doesn't have other choices out there. You take that money because you just took $2 million for Montiel. You didn't look good. You fight a tune-up fight and you look worse, or you lose, that bag is gone. I don't know if you remember Tommy Morrison, but Tommy Morrison lost to I can't remember the guy that beat him, that knocked him out, that cost him that money with Lennox Lewis at first. Yeah, you don't want to risk losing that kind of money because that's not everyday paychecks.
And it ain't just that, basement. You're talking about this. You get an opportunity to fight the face of the sport. This is not just a big fight. This is the face of boxing. This is your night, pay-per-view, everybody frying the chicken to see you. You do not risk not taking this fight right now for some tuna for this man to say, because Canelo can easily say, you know what, I think I gave you the opportunity. You ain't one of them all.
Or better yet, what if you take the fight?
I hear what y'all saying, but at the same time, so listen to this. I understand everything that y'all saying. So now y'all telling me, so now it's like legacies don't mean shit then. So
What do you mean?
No, because listen to this. If he go out here and he loses,
And
Canelo's not gonna let him have a rematch.
watch
So
that.
what?
Charlo's got to be a what? Like a plus 450 or plus 500? I mean, it's not really like he's gonna come in there and I mean, nobody's expecting him to really do a lot here. Like, I mean, I get what you mean about the tune-up, but tune what up? I mean, his best performance was Derevyanchenko ever, hands down. I'm not going to get much better than that.
And motherfuckers talk shit about that, CS.
Yeah, I know. But, I mean, I said it was a great performance, but he's 32. He's not going to turn into Super Charlo in one tune-up. You know what I mean? It's not going down.
I'm going to call basement.
All he can do is, if he wants to tune up, he can tune up in the gym or whatever he wants to do. You know, just train, try your best, I guess, for this. If he gets a fight, and that's really all there is to it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what everybody's saying. It makes sense because you get the opportunity, you take advantage of it. We get that, but what I'm saying is, because normally Canelo fight 2 times a year. May and September, right? So we don't know the date yet. What if they say they want to fight in September and you got all these months until that time? He couldn't take a little something and like say, fight somebody in April and then come back for the September one.
Man, Canelo ain't waiting for the
it is. I mean, think about it though. This is the first time Canelo has fought 4 times in a year. So he's gonna be much sharper than ever before. He and all them training camps and everything. He gonna be up on this thing. He did, and like we said, Charlo didn't look as impressive.
I hear a lot of fear. I hear some fear on this.
No, it's not really fear. No, it's not really fear though. But hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. One thing I want to say here. Hold on 1 second. You got to understand with that last image, right? When you promoting the fight, if he has a tune-up and he cleans somebody up real nice, it's only going to enhance the promotion for the fight in September. That's another part of it, you see. All right. That's something that could be worked out. Is it necessary? Is it necessary? No. Fight the fight. But if you can, why not?
But who would he have in his team? That's what I don't get. Like, and that's why I like what Gary Russell was doing. I'd rather fight nobody. I want all my guys to be good once I get to a certain level. I don't want to be Julio Cesar Chavez and start fighting bums when I'm champion. You can't do that stuff anymore. I mean, that stuff was supposed to be done a long time ago. That's why Gary Russell only come out for number 1s or mandatories. He don't fight bums. I'd rather not fight than to fight a bum. If the fans don't see me, fuck them. Because I don't want to fight a bum. I'm not going to sit down and fight a bum when I got all this talent or I'm all the way at this level. What am I doing fighting somebody all the way down here living in a 1-bedroom apartment with 6 kids?
All I know is Basement and Black Star sound scared right now. Y'all sound real scared right now. You sound real paranoid right now. You mean to tell me this dude done came out here and did this in front of your cousin and you ain't gonna do nothing?
I mean, I thought if he fought Jacobs, they said that he turned down Jacobs.
Who?
That Montiel fight. That Montiel fight was supposed to be Jacobs. That's what they were saying.
Now I think he'll put Jacobs to sleep. I think he'll put Jacobs to sleep.
I think that would have been a much better win than Montiel. I mean, Montiel is, Somebody said on here like he was solid, he can punch. Let's keep it a buck, man. The guy's a bum. I mean, that's just the dead honest truth about it.
How is he a bum?
He's
How is
a
ranked fighter?
Okay, who's his best win?
Scott
No,
was
no,
good.
wait.
He knocked out. What's his name?
So his best win is who he knocks out, who he beat. So it's not about if he's a good boxer and if he thumped Charlo 7 or 8
He's
good
not a
times,
good
had Charlo wobble.
He's not a good boxer.
Okay, the dude thumped Charlo how many times? So if you can thump Charlo like that and you suck, then Charlo has to be a bigger bum. Because Charlo's a champion. Charlo almost got his ass knocked out by the bum.
That's on Charlo. I mean, everybody
so
knows
Charlo has to be a bum too.
Montiel's a bum. I mean, Montiel is not that good. Everybody did on Makabu last night. Makabu way better than this guy.
Okay, so if Montiel is a bum, then Charlo has to be a bigger bum because Charlo almost got beat by a guy who you say is a bum.
Those are your words, not mine.
No, if you're a bum is a bum. A bum can't beat a champion. And a bum almost beat so the champion.
He didn't almost beat him.
Oh, somebody said Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. I mean,
that's what I thought as well, God Body. I thought Charlo may have not been training. He may have not been doing what he's supposed to do because this guy was that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy was that bad. I mean, we saw him in the fight. I mean, flat-footed, slow, barely any head movement. I mean, he had his Mexican Tijuana shell or whatever he was doing. I mean, this just was not going to go. Like, I mean, did you guys think he was any good? Real talk.
No, and then the way he fought the fight too, kind of got under my skin because he didn't really take any risk. He was safety first that whole fight, I
mean,
that's
in the sixth, but I just I don't know what the point of that was other than to get another million or something from Al or whatever. I mean, that's all that was. Like, if I was in his case, I would have, I mean, if the Jacobs fight came to me, I would have jumped on that and just might as well took it because Jacobs is on the slide and he's still a very good name and he's still a good fighter, even though he went life and death with Rosado, who's Rosado.
What?
Yeah, buddy.
I said Jacobs is still a good name, is still a good fighter. I mean, Jacobs will stomp out this. I mean, who wouldn't beat Montiel, if they're decent? I mean, this was just a quick payday they were going to pick up, but it turned out to be a harder fight than he expected because I didn't think he worked very hard to train for that fight. I mean, Charlo, I mean, how do you go from having a great performance versus Derevyanchenko, who is I mean, I don't know about now because he lost again. But at the time, I thought he was definitely a top 5, top 6 middleweight, hands down.
Yeah,
and he had a great performance. And then he comes in against Montiel and he sort of shit the bed.
Yeah,
there's got to be a reason for that. I mean, Montiel can't beat Derevyanchenko. He's nowhere better. I mean, you could say Styles, but I mean, Derevyanchenko is a much better pressure fighter than. I mean, I don't know what this Montiel guy brought other than his hands out for a payday.
Well, I'll tell you what Montiel brought. Montiel has a tough chin. He was a top 10 world ranked fighter.
Wow.
Maybe you say he's a bum. He's a top 10 world ranked fighter. He tagged the hell out of Charlo.
Okay.
And he showed that Charlo is not as good as he thinks he is. I'm not going to say Charlo got tagged because Charlo didn't train hard. No, hold on. I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say a guy's a bum because you think he's not that good, but he ended up almost whipping somebody's ass that you saying is that good.
Well, I don't think he ever had a chance to win the fight.
Hold on.
He never was that close.
Sit here and say that because Charlo didn't train hard. Charlo trained hard. Charlo got his ass tagged a few times. That's playing simple.
But let's put some water. Let's put some water on this a little bit, though, Brandon. Look, hold on a second though. We gotta put some water on this a little bit because Montiel didn't do all that in this fight anyway. Montiel stood there in a high shell and he stayed that way pretty much the whole damn fight. He didn't open up and fight him like he did Jaime Munguia. He was really trying to fight Jaime. He didn't do that with Charlo. He stayed in this shit the whole fight.
And he still tagged Charlo how many times? But he's a bum because he tagged Charlo how many times?
I'm not into the bum thing. He can punch. I get your point. He can punch. He got some worth. But what I want to say is in the fight that he fought Charlo, he didn't fight him. He went in that motherfucker safety first, the whole fight. He went in there not to get knocked out. He didn't go in there saying, well, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to try to take Charlo hit off. I would have liked to see that. I was disappointed about that. I don't know, Basement, do you remember when we talked about that fight back then? That was my main gripe. I was like, man, nah, fuck that. You supposed to fight. You came in, they said you was a puncher, you a Mexican warrior, you going to do this, and then you go into the fucking fight like this.
Nah, Black Star. Why? Listen to me, man.
Hey, no, that's what happened.
Nah, Black Star. Listen, you got as a world-class fighter. Listen, as a world-class fighter, you got to find a way to get around that. So what? He was in the high guard all night. Find a way to get around that. Find a way
you missing the whole point. You missing the whole point. This guy was supposed to be a knockout fighter, fighting.
How when he got smoked by Jaime Munguia in the first round? How?
Look at his record.
Because he fought Jaime Munguia. He fought him. What's going on, brother?
Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question and I'll let it be. So if Jaime Munguia beat this guy in 1 round, why didn't Charlo get this guy out of here in 2 rounds?
Brothers,
but the guy's a bum. The guy's a motherfucking bum. But Charlo can't knock this motherfucker out.
First off, I ain't calling nobody a bum.
But Munguia can. No, I want to answer the question because if you're going to call a guy a bum,
if you listen, I will answer that question for you. The moment that you hold till, I will tell you.
Answer that question for me.
Very easily. If I go into a fight and I fight you and we both going forward and I'm open and we both going like that and we looking to catch each other, I can catch you. But if we go into a fight and all you do is stand up here like this all damn day, it's hard to knock you out. It's not easy because your whole thing is I don't care about winning. I just want to stay in the fight. That's all I'm worried about. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just going to hold myself. Now you try to go knock somebody out like that. Ask any fighter. How easy is that to beat somebody like that or knock him out?
If you're listen like this. Listen, if you say a guy's a bum, you knock their ass out. They're a bum for a reason.
Once
you call
again,
them bums
I ain't
because
call nobody a bum.
No, I'm talking to the guy who said he's a bum.
I did. Yes, I did.
I don't want you to answer Black Star.
He is a
bum. I want the guy that said he's a bum.
He is a bum.
If he's a bum, why couldn't Charlo get this fucking bum out?
Ask
Answer
Charlo
that question for me.
That's the reason.
Bum. I mean, it's a dime a dozen. A bum can get lucky any day of the week. I mean, Charlo probably wasn't as trained as much. Styles make fights, and those two come together, make for a fight like we saw in June. But you can't sit here and say that this guy isn't what it's. You're trying to make him better than he's out to be. Oh, he's a rated.
But no, but how is he a bum?
You can get into the rankings anyway. That guy who fought Trevor Bryan, wasn't all that. He was on a shrimping boat by his own admission. Listen, you combine two things. If you don't got the wins and you don't got the skill, combine that together and you find yourself in a situation where you're not supposed to be, what does that make you?
But fellas,
it makes you a boxer.
A boxer. Okay. Well, that's a given because you're putting gloves on. You're in the fight. That's a given. But what else does it make you?
Oh, look, if you want to call
I'm sorry. If Montiel is related to you, I'll apologize if he's related to you. If you
dude, don't apologize to me. If you think he's a bum, he's a bum. No, don't apologize. If you think the guy's a bum because he gets in the ring and almost knocks out the guy who's a champion, the guy can't get him out, that's fine. You were entitled to your opinion. But to me, when you call a guy a bum, you are really saying that you do not understand the sport of boxing. Anybody who gets in the ring and gets hit like he did and doesn't get knocked out isn't a bum.
I think
he's not a bum.
The difference is we got a boxer and a non-boxer arguing about something, debating about this.
Yeah. But see, I think we was all cheated in that fight, and this is the reason being because.
Wait a minute. So you're a boxer, call another boxer a bum?
Wait, what's going on?
So the guy who says he's a bum. So wait a minute. So the guy who says he's a bum, you're a boxer, call another boxer a bum?
What are you talking about? I'm not a pro boxer.
Well, no. He says so. You have a boxer and a non-boxer.
Oh, my bad. I thought he boxed. I thought he boxed.
I mean, I did when I was.
Brandon.
That was a long time ago. No. I'm not. Oh no.
Hey man, listen.
First thing, man, we go ahead, AK.
Hey, listen, man. At the end of the day, all I'm gonna say is this: the fight wasn't close, and it shouldn't have been close on the card. But I'm just saying, There was a lot of things that came out that night we wasn't supposed to see from Charlo.
Young Billy
You know what I
Boxing,
mean?
man. Salute, bro.
You know what I mean? So look, I get it. You saying he came in a defensive stance, but you got listen. Everybody not gonna fight you the same way. That's why you gotta have more dimensions to your game. You gotta know how to cut the ring on. You gotta know how to walk the man down. It's different things he could have did to get that man out there. Cause Charlo legit was trying to get him out there and he couldn't. And he was getting hit by shots he wasn't supposed to get hit by. I mean, clean flush shots. The man, he looked like he was in a car accident when the fight was over.
Hey,
They didn't look great.
man, do y'all remember that fight though?
Yeah, I remember Charlo.
Bro, I was there with Hayden. Me and Hayden were sitting like 20 feet from. We were sitting right. What you call it?
I'm so okay. So listen, because I'm like Black Star. That night I saw a guy. Whoever did all whatever when they announced this guy, and I looked this guy up, they say this guy had a whole bunch of knockouts. The thing that fucked me up was when the fight said ding, dude went straight on his back foot, and he did what Black Star said. He did that shit for 6-7 rounds.
Yeah.
He didn't start boxing until like the 8th, 9th round. And I'm like, well, damn, if dude will have all these fucking knockouts with all these fucking wins, he damn sure ain't come out the mud. He just came out to survive. The whole thing, and this is the thing. After the 8th round, this motherfucker started raising his hand up. And I'm like, yeah, what the fuck is he raising his hand up? Because he survived another round?
Yeah.
Hey man, I hear a bunch of excuses. All I'm hearing
No, it ain't excuses.
Them is facts.
I'm hearing excuses. I'm hearing excuses.
I'm not making no excuses for neither fighter. I'm just saying.
Hey, if you
it's a difference. It's a different when a guy comes out there and wants to fight you.
Say it. Say y'all scared for Charlo against Cinnamon. Say it. We can
I'm gonna tell you right now. If I had to bet right now, man, bro, I will probably my money would probably be on Canelo right now.
I know it would. Just say that. There we go. It's confession.
Okay, but I bet you basically will probably say that because of the 4 fights.
Because guess what, right? Like Styles may fight, and guess what? I'm not confident that Charlo has actually. It's gonna take more than 8 weeks.
You know what?
It's gonna take more than 8 weeks to get in the ring with Canelo, bro.
Hey, are we getting you through the 8-step program? It sounds like it's coming out. Now we just need Black Star to have the.
Oh, bro, listen. I'm just keeping it 1,000. It's gonna take more than 8 weeks for Charlo to get prepared for motherfucking Canelo.
Why?
But here's the thing, fellas. I mean, he's going to get more than that anyway, because if you don't fight till May and then you don't fight until September, you already got that type of space anyway. And if you know you in negotiations with Canelo, you best to just go ahead and jump in there right now, because that's the way.
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
You know, jump on in there now and get yourself tuned up. Because I mean, think about it. 4 fights. I mean, look at Mike Tyson when Mike Tyson won the title. He had fought 20-something fights in like a year, back to back. And when he got in there with the champions in the first day, his chance to win a title, he was crisp. He was crisp because he had the activity. It's very important for that. You don't want to have a fighter that fights. You know, when people criticize Gary Russell because he fights once a year, right? Imagine what Gary looked like if Gary fought 3 times a year. You know, just think about that. It makes you much sharper.
Not like. I mean, it's a you're not gonna get that like 5 times fighting a year, 6 times fighting a year now anymore because of money. So it's like you gotta make do with what you have. So he has to tune up or he doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, young Billy Boxing said he had Charlo 10 rounds to 2. Yeah, I had to agree, man, because he gave away like 7-8 rounds.
It was 10 trash.
It was a shutout. To be in there.
It was 10 trash rounds.
Been in there with to begin with.
Hey, right? You're right. It was 10 trash rounds.
Mm-hmm. And Michael Johnson said he was putting the kitchen. He was cooking up something, man.
I mean, after that Montiel fight, forget about the financial aspect of it. It was a net negative for him. winning against him means nothing. It probably makes you look bad because you're in there with him, and losing against him is disastrous. So the whole it's two minuses.
Yeah, Billy say Charlo
Young
was
Green
in the
Boxing
gym
is
right
out here in
now.
Houston, man. I'm in H-Town too, brother. Yeah, man. He said Charlo's in the gym right now. I'm out here in Houston, and he has been training since December. I mean, it did seem like there was something in the works for some time. So I kind of believe that. Yeah.
I'm just going, AK, man, you a motherfucker, man. He want to be quiet now.
say.
Hey, no, man, it's crazy because he want to sit up here and try to call somebody out on this Charlo. I'm just thinking, like, you calling somebody out on this Charlo shit. AK?
Yeah, man, that's wild, man.
Yeah, I'm just over here thinking, man, that nigga over here
Hold
calling
on, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on?
Is you calling somebody out on this Charlo shit?
What you talking about?
Man. No, because it's like
Young Green Boxing. Yeah, bro, I'm out here in Houston, man. H-Town for sure, bro. That's the deal.
What you call me out? What'd you say?
I said, are you trying to call me out on this Charlo shit?
You know I'm messing with you, but you do sound you sound leery though. You don't want this fight for real. You sound shaky.
Well, how do you sound?
I'm saying Canelo gonna smoke him. I know Canelo gonna whoop this boy. He ain't gonna beat no Canelo. That boy Canelo gonna beat this boy.
Man. So
hold on.
So one fight you cheer for Charlo, one fight, then the next fight you don't?
And hold on. I'm a Charlo. Listen to me. I love Charlo. I'm just keeping it 100.
So hold on. When I said I was keeping it 1,000, I prefer him to have a fight before this and get some ring rust off, so we can't be talking about ring rust.
How you ring rust if you just fought July?
Because you didn't look good in. And guess what? And after July, I ain't seen you in the gym. I ain't seen you in the gym since then. You didn't go right back to the gym.
Hey, bro, listen to me.
It ain't like he after July he went straight back to the gym.
But look at this,
I seen vacation pictures and all that.
Basement. Earl Spence got thrown out of a car. Didn't fight for a year and a half and came straight back and forth the world champion. And you want me to give a man who just fought July a tune-up?
Because guess what? I'm gonna tell you this. Earl Spence is a different type of individual. His work ethics is different than Charlo's.
Then the man hold on. Basement. This is what I'll say to it. If you are a champion and you defend your title more than once, and you haven't lost. He didn't lose to Montiel. A tune-up doesn't do anything. What you do, I'm assuming he still goes to the same gym here in Houston that he goes to. I don't know what gym he goes to because of COVID. I haven't been out as much. You go get you sparring partners and get yourself ready to get into the ring to fight. You don't need to tune up because that's what sparring in the gym is for. A tune-up would be good.
I respect that too. But go spar some real live motherfuckers too.
Yeah,
if you're not gonna get a tune-up fight, you need to be sparring some real live motherfuckers. Not nobody you just going in there punching on, practicing on punching on.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of these guys, they talk about their sparring sections, and when we do see clips of some of this shit, it look like motherfucker. They just pay the motherfucker to come in there and stand there and just take some punches.
Well. Here's the thing I would say, Basement. Let me say two things. First, I'll say this: to the guy I was yelling at for about saying a guy a bum, I'm gonna apologize for yelling at you. But I hate when guys get called bums because I
don't mind if people yell at me or not. I'm not about like I'm not.
No.
I can keep up with my.
Well, here's my thing.
Big deal for me. This like PlayStation. I don't care. If somebody yells at you,
we all know our boxing, man. That's one thing I say. Everybody in here knows they boxing. So agree or disagree, we all know what we talk.
Here's my thing. Regardless if you care or not, I didn't have to yell at you like that. It wasn't called for. I apologize for that.
I don't mind. I don't mind. You're good.
Yeah, respect.
But I'm gonna apologize.
I've argued a point with that with somebody like that before that same point. I know a couple of people who feel strongly for boxers, and they don't. If you get in that ring, they have respect for them, and that's cool.
Well, yeah, to me, when you say bombs are the guys you get from the homeless shelters. You get them a license, they don't last one round. You get to pad your record, and that's it. But the second thing I would go to about with Charlo is this: Charlo's a great boxer. Well, he's good. We know Charlo's not like some guy who's up and coming. So if your manager is saying, "Look, I'm trying to make you and Charlo's fight," you have months to get ready for it. A tune-up, kind of going back to what Black Star and others were saying, a tune-up is a big risk because who are you going to fight that's going to make you look better where it matters? And two, what happens if you break your hand? What happens if you get cut?
Yeah. I mean, I
you
agree
can win
with
the
that.
fight, but if you break a finger, you're done.
Because there's no, like, I don't know who they can put him in there with.
That does make sense.
That amount of money, for a decent amount of money at this level. Like, it's kind of.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hey, the thing about it is that the tune-up is, man, is that, like he said, Charlo is a good boxer, right? To be a boxer, you got to be sharp, you got to be accurate, you got to have your timing. All that's got to be together. And the only way to do that is, like you say, sparring, and then getting, and then fighting like what we call a tune-up, So it's like with Canelo having those 4 fights back to back in a year, right now is the toughest time right now. Because he is as sharp as he's ever been in any point in his career because he just fought 4 times back to back. Everybody. He is as accurate as he's going to be. He's not going to be any more accurate than he is right now. If you're a boxer, you need to make sure that those things are up for you. So when you get out there, everything is crisp. Because if you off, Canelo can make you pay. It's like but it's up to any fighter, but the option is there. Is all I'm really saying. If you felt like, hey man, maybe I need to do that because we've seen Tyson Fury. I need 2 of them before I fight Deontay Wilder. I need 2. He always asking for one. So it's not uncommon for somebody to say.
Bruh, Black Star, you talking about a man that was
that's all I'm saying.
For 2 years. You talking about a man that was in drug rehab for 2 years and then hadn't fought in years. That's another different thing. Not somebody that just fought 6 months ago. If a fighter came to me who been begging for a fight for 4 years, get a fight and tell me he need a tune-up, get out my gym.
They already fought before, so what's the difference, man? It's just like it was in the way of the, like they said, let's have a rematch. No, I want 2 fights before I rematch him again.
That's why I don't. Yeah, that's why I
didn't like. He need that because he's the boxer. He needs to get everything sharp because when you fight Deontay.
But you're
that's
talking
why when you
about
fight Deontay will hit you with a boom.
I mean, it panned out for him, but like I don't think that fighting Schwartz or Wallen, for everybody else would do it. It's because Deontay after that fight, Brazil and Ortiz. I mean, those guys would. I mean, at the time were much better than. I mean, even though Wallen came and beat Brazil, were much better,
no doubt about it.
So it's like,
no doubt about it. But the fact that he asked for it and got it, it did something for him mentally. He felt like I needed that to, maybe to get out of the zone of looking out for that. I don't know, but he asked for that for a reason. And it's not like he's the only fighter in the history of boxing that's ever done that. There's reasons why guys ask for that. And I'm just saying, hypothetically, it could apply here. It could apply.
I'm saying overall. I think I gotta agree with the brothers here. I gotta agree that you're lined up to get this money anyway. There's nobody really in the interim that's a solid name that isn't dangerous, that you can beat, which is good for you, or does something well for you physically, or skill wise in that ring, combined with the money and the name. So it's like, why risk it? When you've got the money fight right in front of you, just prepare in the gym. Just work harder in the gym. Get better sparring partners in the gym. And go into it. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I mean, you can go either way with it. I get what you're saying, and that's applicable as well. I don't disagree. I'm just saying certain guys feel certain ways. Like some fighters will train a certain way or they need a certain element to even get themselves hyped up for the fight. Like I know for me, when I was competing and everything, like the games got me up. I knew the game in a couple days. We got to get, and then that was really what motivated me. you know, to really go out and compete. Some people, well, I just like to go in the gym. I just like to work. I just like to do it, you know. So everybody got their own little things. It could apply here, but I mean, but I'm saying right now for Canelo, this is a special time. Now, I don't hate Canelo. It's not about that. I just didn't like his movements. Was the thing about him. But the fact that you fought 4 times in 1 year, and you fought different styles, and you know, and he stuck one in there too, because Yildirim wasn't no serious challenger. He went in there, steamrolled him, got him out of there too, you know. But and along his route, it can have confidence. You know what I'm saying? To do that and everything. I think that's probably what Tyson Fury was thinking, because after that first fight, and he felt that wow, you know what I'm saying? He felt like, well, you know, I needed to just get out there and just okay. I feel back to myself now, you know. I don't know, but it's options, and then it can work either way. But naturally, if you get the fight, you gotta take it. Yeah, but I'm saying nobody's wrong here. That's the whole thing. There's no wrong. Yeah.
Well, here's my only thing with it. If you were going to say, look, I want to make Charlo versus Canelo in May, obviously you've already talked to Charlo, and Charlo's on board for it. So if Charlo is boxing and he get himself ready for it, there's no excuse win or lose. If you're you do your best effort, you go out there, you go with it. Now, I think the one thing that I would say that I would be looking at is Canelo didn't call out Charlo and say, look, I want to fight Charlo next. He's been offered Charlo. So if Al Heyman is making an offer for Charlo, to kind of go back to what Basement was saying about a tune-up bout, this is where Charlo should be on the gym on the north side of Houston over there, the one over there by 45. And he needs to be working himself, getting everything that he needs to be ready for the biggest fight of his career. Because you got time. This is February. You got a good 8-week camp to get your weight up to 168, to do all the sparring, all the video, all the prep, and go out there and either win or lose, do your thing. Because my only thing, and this is my only thing, and this is what kills me. I mean, if you ever want to piss me off, I get pissed off when guys go out there, win or lose, and then excuses come from fans or from the boxers. So to me, as long as Charlo is 100% ready and he's the best as he can be, you either win, or you lose, or you draw. Just don't have an excuse, and I'm cool with it.
That's all I was saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It can't be no excuses.
And then,
no, 22
exactly.
is no excuses. No excuses.
Exactly.
No excuses.
Exactly.
That's why
I'm not a fan. I'm not a
Canelo
fan.
Because you don't want.
That's why I was kind of. That's why I was so up on the Gary Russell thing. Like, man, he knew he was injured. That's why I'm like, damn, man, I would have. But I didn't know all the technicalities of the contract or whatever. But I was like, man, I would have pulled it out before I would have lost my title like that. I'd rather you strip me of my title than me lose my title the way that shit happened, bro. You can strip me. You strip me, but you want
Hey, my bad, brother. See, you was sitting there the whole time, brother. I'm up here, didn't even pay attention that you wasn't even in on the screen. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah, brother. See, because I seen his picture there, but I had to scroll down because I had so many people. But it looked like, just the blue line. I didn't see that he was faded out. Yeah, that's my bad, bro. But we got you in here now. But just like that brother right there, Cicero Fort said yesterday that he was told that if he didn't, they was going to strip him anyway. So like when you add that in there, that's like, man, come on, man. How could you do the champ like that? That's terrible.
That's where you got to say, well, look, but to me, that's when you got to call them on their BS and say, well, look, if you're going to strip me, if I don't do this, and I don't know who he has in his corner, but that's where you say, well, look, you're going to strip me for this. Did you guys even let me know you're going to strip me for this? Or are you just telling me this now? That's where you guys start calling them on their BS and saying, look, give me a fair shake. Even if I want to win or lose, don't just tell me if I postpone your stripping. Because let's be real, they guys who got belts, they didn't strip or punish for almost the same thing. So if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And if the guy's hurt and it's a legitimate injury, not that he's saying it, then you can postpone it. You can postpone it 3 months. You can give a 90-day postponement.
Hey, and then the thing is, you saw him get re-injured in the fight. When he punched him in that shoulder, and you saw Gary, That was right before everybody. It was like, oh man, he hurt, and then people thought, oh, he's gonna get knocked out, but it wasn't even like that. But the way he regrouped and he came up with his counter like this speaks on the intelligence of the good brother Gary Russell, because he automatically starts shooting that straight left, pop, 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 pop. I said, damn! I told Baseman, I said he got the remedy right there. he calculated it that fast, man. That's the level that these guys is on, man. And what I'm saying, when we talk about the sweet science and how, that's what's supposed to be appreciated about the sport. He collected the information in the middle of the battle. He said, nigga, oh, you think he losing his mind and he not focused no more? He just playing his feet, looked up, plop, 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 and then he started working that sucker. Just his legs and that damn straight left jab. And I was like, look at this shit here, man. It was crazy. And here this young buck was basically just like, he didn't know what the hell to do, man. And how can you take a man's title like that? He don't throw a jab for 8 rounds, 8 straight rounds. You get 8 rounds where you ain't got to worry about a jab. You ain't got to worry about a right hook. You ain't got to worry about none of that. And you got all your faculties. You got all your arsenal open to you. And you can't even scratch the man's eyelid. Come on, man. Come on. You ain't no
Could y'all hear me?
No, let's be real. I mean, Gary. I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Cicero. Yeah, go ahead, Cicero, because you've been waiting to get in for me.
I always make sure y'all can hear me because I've been trying to talk.
Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead and cook, man. I had you in the back by accident, bro. I didn't know you went on.
Yeah, I had to connect to my truck because I couldn't hear y'all. I heard nobody at first. I couldn't hear y'all. I'm like, dang. But now I'm in my truck. So, yeah, I was just saying that, man, it's a lot of stuff going on that as far as when it comes down to Gary Russell, coming back, fighting, I believe you got to get that shoulder, man, together, man, and get right back at it. But who knows if the Marcelo, I don't know if I'm saying his last name correct, but Mark, I'm not sure if he's actually going to take the fight, because I think he might take a fight prior before that. You gotta hope he win the next fight. You know what I'm saying? But he damn sure is a decent fighter. But I know they all shooting after him now. They coming after him. They didn't want to come after Gary, but they coming after him.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the guy that Magsayo guy, I think he's pretty explosive. He's got a lot of energy, but he's not very experienced at all. I don't think the talent or skills there. He's more of an energy guy. I feel for Gary Russell because that shoulder, I mean, from what it sounded like is if he got that shoulder in 2008, that could have ruined his career, if he got the surgery. Because, some athletes, NFL, if you get, the wrong surgery, if you get a certain surgery on part of your legs, your arm or whatever, it might not be as usable as it was before. There might be a chance that it doesn't pan out. So I think he just took the safer, not safer, but maybe just the Band-Aid option. And now his shoulder's out.
And that's pretty much exactly. And that's pretty much all we possibly could do. I wish I was around him so I can get him around to pretty much talk on here, man. Cause y'all, this is a good channel, good people, and my family. I know Gary would love, man. If I was around him, I love him to speak on it. Cause I mean, right now I can just speculate and say that I know for a fact that he was at the bridge of his career where he wanted to become. He didn't make what happened in the Olympics happened, and then he was so stunning to get going with his career and get to going. I think, like you said, it would have been like putting a Band-Aid on it, but then at the same time, he would have to sit back and no telling how long of a wait that would have been, and not no telling if he would have been able to, he not knowing if he would have been able to twerk on his punches like how he do with certain angles he throws with his jab and his hooks. So that if that's Gary, that's like his bazooka, man. That's his right hook. Like he was in the gun. His hook, his right hand, he's right-handed. Yeah. So
it won him the title.
Man, yeah, when he beat Miguel Gonzalez, he stopped him. Yeah,
Johnny Gonzalez.
But,
that's what him. Yeah, I feel bad for him because he's got a ton of talent, and it just sucks that him and Frampton and Santa Cruz never fought him. It's like all those unifications just kind of weren't there for him, so he was just kind of set to fight these mandatories and number one contenders. I mean, he fought what 6 times? Was it?
See, Santa Cruz fought him. Santa Cruz fought him in the Olympic trials.
Yeah.
And if you knew how that fight went, you would know why Santa Cruz didn't want to fight him again.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Okay, first and foremost, dude, brother, what's your name? The one who just talked before Teresa? Tyrone?
Oh, TS Boxing, yeah.
That's Tyrone from TS Boxing.
You there?
Wait, I think you're fading out.
I lost sound. Let me log out and log back in.
You back now. Oh, he done dropped off. He probably gonna come back in.
Yeah, come back in. But I felt all those fights kind of eluded him, and I see people complaining that, like, I mean, like in a negative sort of like what was it? Leading up to his last fight, right? We got a lot of guys on certain sides of YouTube came out of the woodworks. Were like, man, Gary Russell's not fighting. It's all his fault. Blah blah blah. They don't know what's going on. They didn't even watch him before, so they made a non-issue an issue to help their case about PBC fighters. I was on Basement. I talked about that too. And it's like he's kind of in the shit house right now because he's got this shoulder surgery he's got to do. And then when he comes back, who's really going to fight him? Who's going to give him that opportunity? Because I felt he boxed up Magsayo with one hand. I thought some of those CompuBox numbers were inflated. I thought a lot of those punches Magsayo threw were on the gloves or on the arms or something. You know, they really didn't land like that. I mean, I see a new narrative. They said that Magsayo punched the shoulder out. I mean, make that make sense. I mean, he hit him in his pec. Yeah. And they're trying to say that he hit him on the shoulder and punched it out of the socket, and that's what caused the injury. I mean, anything to make – Magsayo knew what it was. When he heard the decision he got, the when he dropped to his knees.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, you is. You right. Hey, make it a draw, man. See, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I thought it was close.
Fight was so close to being a draw. It was close to being – one judge had it as draw.
Yeah.
And the other one judge had to fix what they messed up because somebody was gonna lose their job. And he said, he told me I had to fix it. So I had to fix it. I'm like, that didn't sound right to me. I'm like, dang, man. And I was right there, man. I'm like, it's business and politics now. We look at it. I don't think they wanted Gary to fight that close. They didn't really want Gary to keep that belt, to be honest with you. I think after this fight, he was finna run it up. You know, he was independent. Like, he had just became independent prior before this, but he was actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, he was making 70. Like, he's doing his thing, man. Like, I mean, family went independent with the strap, and they didn't like that. I don't think WBC liked it because they feel as if he don't fight enough for them. Maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they want him to. Because maybe they, the sanction fees or whatnot when he fight, the money generate with them as well. And he do like if they tell Gary they won't get him to probably do something this way. If he don't feel it, he don't want to do it. He's not gonna do it. That's just him. And I don't think they like that. They want yes people around. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're right about that.
Gary's solid, man. He's solid. One thing about Gary, y'all, he's not gonna cherry pick and give us a bunch of fights.
No, he doesn't do that at all.
Watch him. He's gonna try to give you the best opponents that he can fight, so you can see the best of him rise to the occasion. Otherwise, he could just knock out a bunch of cherry guys and get paid. I mean, but I like the way he built, man. He's solid like that. He ain't trying to do it like that, and I like that in him.
Exactly. That's for sure, man. Yeah, fellas, it's been good chopping it up, man. I want to change gears just a little bit, man. I want to talk about one thing on subject in football, man, was the defensive player of the year this year. And the guy, TJ Watt, I think is going to win it, which TJ Watt is a good player and everything. But I think this year they made a mistake because, to me, the defensive MVP of this entire season was Micah Parsons of the Dallas Cowboys. And he was a rookie. But when you look at his impact on the defense, and all I have to do is tell you, look at the defense last year without him, and you know how atrocious that defense was last year as to what it was this year. And you can look at the stats and everything like that. And I mean, they both have great stats, you know, because TJ had a lot of sacks this year, and you know, he almost broke the record this year, which is pretty good, you know. But you have a rookie who is playing all these different positions, and you know, you have just here's a lot, you know, was rated by Pro Football Focus as the #1 linebacker in entire football and all of the across the league as a rookie. You know, he had 13 sacks. He's only 1.5 sacks behind Javon Curse, who did it in '99, and you know nobody's even close to that. So he's done that. They even played him at cornerback for like 27 times. Man, he got 3 passes defended. As a linebacker, who plays that? Who has that versatility? He played down lineman. You know, I mean, he did it all. He played everywhere. He was a part of every play. Even when he didn't make the play, he was right there, which made such a big difference to it. He was the very nucleus of that defense of why everything did what it did, and having a successful season as they had, as opposed to what they had last year, shows you the big, massive gap of improvement that this one player was able to do, because they even got rid of Jalen Smith, like what, week 3, week 4? They just cut the guy, got him out of there, and he replaced and went in there and filled in well, man, and looked like, man, an all-star all season, man. He was a defensive player of the month, 2 months in a row, the last 2 months of the season. He won that. You know, to me, he should be the defensive player of the year. There's only one other rookie that's ever done it, and it's Lawrence Taylor. And this is the reason why I'm mentioning this. And I think Micah Parsons is on that level. It's on that level because his impact on the game has been that strong. And that's the reason why I wanted to take the time to mention that. Well, Brandon's coming back. My bad. Well, shoot, man. I don't know. We might get his back again, but I just had to get that off my chest, man, because he played his ass off, man. No doubt about it. But we got my man Brandon back in.
If I could say one thing about Gary Russell Jr., okay, do you have some guys that are just too good to get the opportunities that they should have had?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Gary Russell's a left-handed, you know, he's a southpaw, and I've only seen a handful of his fights. I've never seen him just get beat up. You know, even though he lost to Lomachenko, it was a close fight. This fight with Masago, for God's sakes, the man fought one-handed.
Thank you.
Obviously injured. Not like we didn't know. We know you're injured, left-handed, and still made a go of it at what, 34, 33? I mean, there's a point where you got to say, look, there's a reason you don't fight a Gary Russell. And I'll admit to anybody, Gary Russell is one of those guys that if I had a fighter and Gary Russell said, I want to fight your guy, I will find an excuse not to make that fight happen. I'll blame it on COVID. I'll blame it on whatever I can blame it on, because Gary Russell reminds me of Winky Wright. If you guys remember Winky Wright, where is fighting him doesn't make you look good, win or lose.
Yeah,
because he's too good.
Too good, brother.
Hey, you know what, Brandon, you make a good comment. Hey, Brandon, you know, it's, in every era, there's always a southpaw. For some reason, there's a southpaw that, I mean, I want to say Gary, but I also want to put Demetrius somewhat in there, maybe.
Yeah.
But Gary, you know, a southpaw that be kind of like, you know, then it was Marvin Hagler. Then you had the, you know, like you said, Winky Wright. You right on with that, Brandon.
It's like that whole, I mean, LW made a comment on one of his videos. I gotta agree with him. It's like that whole 08 class, you know, in this country gets kind of no respect. Like Danny Garcia, Crawford, Wilder, Andre, Russell, Rashid Warren. If you think about all those guys, it's like they've got a lot of haters, really, or they go under the radar. Some very talented fighters, but it didn't seem like they got the credit that was due.
Well, you know, my thing is with Gary, he didn't even get the chance. You know, if he would have went in and lost a couple of fights, let's say if he would have fought Santa Cruz and lost, okay. If he would have fought any other featherweight and lost, okay. But the fact that you don't even get the chance, like they can't even say, look, we're not going to even answer the phone call. To me, that shows just how good this guy is, because how do you have a belt and nobody wants to fight you? Like, realistically, nobody's saying, well,
it's the other champions don't want to fight him. But the mandatories, they hungry. You know what I'm saying? It's always new gunslingers, and that's what he said. He's willing to fight the number 1, number 2 guy because he know them guys is willing to fight him because they want that belt. You know what I'm saying? They want but the guys that's champions, they want to sit back and kick their feet up, but they know fighting him is not. It's not that kind of fight, you know.
Well, yeah,
And like I
it's
say,
Gary
if he
Russell.
wasn't, and they got a chance too. You know what I'm saying? This is boxing. It ain't like he just gonna go in there and you know anything can happen. But yet it's still they're not willing to go in there and do it. What up, brother?
Cereso, you're lying, Cereso. You not both know you're lying. You're lying. You as the kids say, you're capping right now. None of those guys had a chance against Gary Russell.
Nah, but what I'm saying, man, this is boxing, man. Anything can happen. Look what happened with Mark, man. That's like, man, look what happened. Gary get injured in the fight. Anything can happen in the fight, right? And then all of a sudden, you become to beat the man look what, you know, it can happen that way. You know, he can twist his ankle. He can be moving and hit his ankle wrong. And, you know, no excuses. That's the fight, right?
I don't disagree with you.
Anything can happen.
But here's my only thing, Cereso. We're talking an injured Gary Russell. We're talking a one-handed fighter. We're not talking like a guy that he may have cracked his kneecap and he can still punch but can't move. We're talking about a guy that's like, look, I don't have a lead punch to throw, and I'm still making you work hard to win these rounds. Nobody wants that smoke. And I cannot blame for not wanting to fight him. I wouldn't want to fight him either.
I mean, that's brilliant, though. I mean, that just goes to show this brilliancy. I mean, that's like Roy Jones, right? Some one-handed stuff. Like, you know, he was in there, but he couldn't be so. He wasn't so. I mean, like I said, tripling and doubling that left hand and moving. The defense was what got me too, man. That defense was. I was like, okay, that's how we had to fight Lomachenko.
Yeah, and before I forget,
in front of him, you know?
Is it TS Boxing? Is that your name?
Yeah.
What's your real name?
Tyrone, TS Boxing.
Where are you located, Tyrone?
Maryland.
Okay. Hey, can we get him on Clubhouse sometime? We talk on Clubhouse all the time. I don't think we've ever talked on Clubhouse. So
I've never downloaded. I'd have to set that up. I've never used Clubhouse before.
Well, yeah, because we be on Clubhouse talking boxing way more than we do on the podcast. I mean, we'll pop up and start talking. So you should definitely be on there when we chat, man.
Oh, okay. I'll try to download because I've never used it before, so I don't know how it works. It's like Discord.
It's a lot of Discord, but there's a lot of people in there that like example, I know all these guys from Clubhouse. I met Basement on Clubhouse. I met Black Star here, and we're on Clubhouse. And then, you know, AK Apostle, you know, he's one of those conspiracy theorists. You know, he loves him some whatever kind of guys and stuff. So
hey, yo, why I gotta get this?
I didn't diss you. Conspiracy theory isn't a diss.
You diss.
No, that's not a diss. I would be dissing if I said no, he's always wrong, which you are. But I'm not dissing you.
Okay. You know what? You keep taking shots at me, Brandon. I'm feeling away.
Bro, I'm not taking no shots at you. I would take here's the thing. We might argue, but I don't take shots at you. I'll just be like, look, you know, you're wrong most of the time, but I don't take shots at you.
I hear you, man. I mean, you in Basement, man. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all live today, man.
Hey, brother. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and shut it down, man. I got some things to do, man. But I appreciate everybody coming through, man, and showing, you know, support and love for the channel and everything, man. My good brother, Basement Box Talk, as usual, aka Brandon, my brother Brandon there, the good brother Cicero Fort. I think I said it right, Cicero. My bad if I didn't get it right, bro. TS Boxing.
Let me help you out, brother.
Bro. Cereso. Okay, I just gotta hear it. See, it flow much better. Yeah, it flow much better, man. That's what's up. Cause I you know, man. Yeah, but my good brother Tyrone. Who else came through here today, man? Everybody in the chat, man. Appreciate everybody for coming through, man. And you know, like I said, every Sunday 11 a.m., man, Central Time. Come on through Black Star Sports TV, man. We're gonna be chopping it up some more. We're gonna keep it for Sunday, and then as we go, you know, we'll see where we go from there. And on Saturdays, check out my brother Basement Boxing Talk. You know, 1 p.m. on Central and 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune into them. Subscribe to all my brothers, everybody on the panel. They all know they boxing. They know what it is. So if you want to know what it is, tune in, and you'll know what it is. But thanks everybody, man. Well, if everybody wants to say their part, man, I'll go ahead and pass it around, and then we'll go ahead and close this out. Basement, you there, good brother? Basement making the sandwich. AKA, man, you want say
All right, man. Shout out to everybody that was here today. And just like he got Basement is on Saturday. You got Black Star on Sunday, and then me every Monday at 3 p.m. on Let's Talk Sports, y'all. Every Monday at 3 p.m. Same thing, baby. We do at it, baby. And then we'll see y'all.
Subscribe to my brother's YouTube channel. Let's Talk Sports, man. You know what he talking about, man. He deep in the game. You ain't gonna be wrong tuning in, man. Mondays at 3, man. Check my brother out. All right, Brandon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, hey, I appreciate it, guys. I enjoyed it. I talk boxing every day, all day. So I definitely like hopping in here and meet new people and everything. I think I follow all you guys, your podcasts and your shows already. So if not, I'll definitely link up on it. I mean, that's my part on it.
Yeah, and Brandon, we got to link up anyway, man. We out here in H-Town, man. Cowboy fans, we got to do something with that.
Yeah, well, Coach Ron is here. We should go over to the gym and see Coach Ron. But it's a drive for you. It's over on Beach Nut, man. I know where you at. It's gonna take you like an hour to get to where we are.
You said Beach Nut, yeah, man. But we had to we had to get together, man, over there, man. Shoot, we can do that one day this week or something there,
yeah, just let me know your schedule, man. Like I said, I'm I'll be over there tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go tomorrow and everything.
Okay. Well, I'll text you, bro, and we'll link it up. We got a young brother, Young Billy Boxing says, subscribe to my channel, bro. I'm in H-Town too. I go to Coach Ronnie's gym on Tuesdays. Okay. But I tell you,
where's Ronnie's gym at now? I guess I don't get out as much because of COVID, but
secret location.
Well, I'm trying to think.
Secret location, man. Yeah, bro. Young Billy Boxing, man. Put your email address in the chat, bro, and we'll link up.
Yeah, put it in the chat, man.
Stafford, Texas. Okay, he's in Stafford, Texas. But yeah. Shh. No, you can tell brother offline, but not on the air. Yeah.
Hey, brothers, it's always a pleasure, man. Hey, Black Star Basement Talk, Apostle. Hey, my man Brandon. Hey, y'all, and my I don't know,
Tyrone,
man. It's always a pleasure, brother. Y'all, let's keep it up, man. Let's keep it going.
Yes, indeed, man. Hey, this is all we do, man. We don't shut up about it. That's why I'm doing this, because my wife kicked me out on it. She said, I talk boxing with her so much. She said, you got to do something with that.
Yeah, you know what? We should probably go to Ronnie's gym if we can, because it's over there on if it's in Stafford, it's that one on Blue Bonnet. It's not a bad place over there. That's the same gym.
Brandon, you putting too much info.
Oh, you know what? Let me be quiet. Let me stop talking.
My brother. Around there, the door gonna be locked when we get there, bro. But it's all good, man. And TS Boxing, Tyrone, man, subscribe to my good brother here, TS, man. He know his boxing as well, man.
Yeah, I gotta put more videos up, but it's just nothing really going on, and it's just I keep up with it, but I'm not so much a fan anymore. It's kind of like when all your favorite guys go down, it's like you just kind of want to exit stage left. Really, it's hard to watch after that. But.
They're making a comeback, bro. Don't even worry. It's gonna all come back around.
Is it called TS Boxing on YouTube? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, TS Boxing on YouTube. It was Tyrone Smith, just my name, and then it just that's kind of hard to find, so I had to do TS Boxing.
And one thing about man, this shit, hey, it's always new gunslingers. So I mean, trust me, you keep your eyes open, you're gonna find some. It's gonna be some new one. It's gonna step in. Trust me.
I like Big Shot last night, so hopefully they can push him. I mean, we did some interview with the brothers. some interviews, and I really like that. And he did well last night, so I hope they keep giving him an opportunity, more opportunities.
All right, my good brothers, man. Thanks everybody, man. But we're gonna go ahead and shut it down. See you all next Sunday. Black Star Sports TV, and we out.
Yep. Peace out.